Sorry. I had a couple left in the chamber. Had to get it out. What's up, guys? What is happening? Pass the Gravy, episode 397. Alex, Pat, Bobby, back at it again. Boy, oh boy, do we have a fun-filled episode for you guys. Whether mock draft season continues, we've got a mock draft of masks we're going to do. Masks are going to be a very big topic this week on the podcast, I feel like. We're gonna talk about how the Gravy Gang is slowly taking over the world. We're pretty stoked about that. There's been some developments. Hey, maybe a little football. I know it's no NFL season, but let's talk a little football. Pat, you want to do that? No big deal. I don't know if you guys know that there's been some big free agency moves this past week, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old-fashioned podcast for you this week. We used to do Where You Been. Maybe we're gonna get back to Where You Been sooner rather than later, but until then, we're doing the pre-cum segment, the pre-comeback kid segment. Obviously,
still feels good.
I still like that. But did y'all bring anything really? Because I just found some stuff on the internet that I kind of stole.
Yeah, I had one. I was just thinking recently about that South and Southern is really the only one that's changed, right? Eastern says Eastern, the exact same. The South and Southern, the way it's pronounced changes, and that's really weird to me.
South. Oh, instead of like Southern.
Yeah, instead of Southern, it's Southern.
Well, in the South, we like to do our own thing.
I'd like to think I just think it's like the accent. It's like almost like you pick up the Southern accent. Like, well, it's not Southern, it's Southern. We're Southern. We're from the South. Like, but no, wouldn't you be Southern? We ain't Southern. We're Southern.
From the South.
Who are you talking to?
The South. The South.
The South.
I kind of like that.
The South. Down South.
I feel like North and Northern have a slight change, but it's not as dramatic as Southern and South.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there is that little bit of a regular TH versus the hard, almost Z sound in there, but yeah.
I never thought about that.
How did you like? Damn it, Bobby! That's gonna plague me for the rest of my life now.
That is quite an astute observation, Mr. Jokes.
It's just
Starting
another example
with a real thinker
of the English language being absolutely ridiculous.
Yes,
it is. And like, I was listening to something this week, and they were making fun of a guy that had a British accent, and he was like, "We invented the fucking language, and
and
you
we
guys
perfected
just ruined it." And
we
it was like,
perfected
well, I mean, you win the war, you get to pick how it goes, But I was playing soccer with a guy, and he was telling me, shout out to John Harvey. He was telling me that he's changed all of the like preferences to like British English in his phone, and I was like, why? Like, he's not from England or anything. He was like, just to get back to my roots, and I was like, well, you're American, so really you're just going to confuse and piss off people, like when you spell defense with a CE at the end. Or COLOURS for colors. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get it if you're in England, but like, you're just going to confuse more people. And so, no, I mean, it was just funny that he's like, oh no, this is my way of getting back to my roots. I changed the preferences on my Apple iPhone.
Does that mean that like elevator isn't recognized on his phone? Like it'll autocorrect to lift?
I think it's just the spelling, not necessarily the actual words that are used. Like center, I guess, would be CNTRE. They go. I think they call. I thought it was only Canadian, but in England, I guess that Z is Z over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Canada's this week. You type in cookie, and it's like, did you mean biscuit?
What are you talking about, biscuits, oh mate?
You type in cigarette, and it corrects it to something very bad.
Don't. Okay. Thank you for not saying that.
That's you know what? That's why. That's why ours is correct, because they use bad words.
Because they're offensive, really.
Yeah.
Although they do get to say cunt a lot, and it's more just like that's just like shit for them. Like cunt is their shit.
And it's like, did you mean twat?
You fucking cunt.
You twat.
And saying cunt sounds really cool too.
That sounds South African.
I don't know. Isn't it also just, I want to say like, that's right, isn't it?
Bruv.
Hey there, Pat. Yeah. A bit. You want to take a little knock over there? You want to go for Conor McGregor's like, you want to go for a knock? A great knock out there. And it's like, oh, it was just a fight. Okay.
Connor, I don't know what you're saying, but also probably not because I'm afraid of you, even though I outweigh you by 120 pounds.
I would just be, yes, sir. No, you're right. You were right about knock is the word that you say.
Or we could just go drink whiskey, Connor. How's that sound?
I've whiskey got proper 12.
With just a Y, not an EY.
Whiskey. Yeah. That is also like.
That should be pronounced whiskey instead of whiskey.
I just want to know, like, at what point, like, were we on the Mayflower and we were like, all right, you know what? Let's all have a meeting. I got a couple of things I'd like to straighten out. What the fuck, guys? Like, we're going to spell color without the OU. It's just going to be the O. We're dropping the U, okay? Defense, we're now using an SE. Just it's more practical. And people are like, why? Like, why? Because I said so, all right? It had to be somebody on, like, a power trip that was just like, you know what? It's too many letters.
I think it was
difficult.
John Hancock was walking up to the front of the what was it? The what was the confederation called? Convention. The convention. He was walking up to the front, about to sign the declaration.
The Mayflower.
And she goes, "So we're done with all this dumbass spelling, right, guys?" Yep. All right. And then he signed.
Fuck yeah. Also, like, his name was really just John Han. He wanted to put cock at the end of it because he knew it was gonna like live on. He was like, you know, it'd be funny if I just put cock at the end of my name. They're like, do it, John. Bet you won't do it, Johnny. And he's like, watch this, boys.
Total bro.
There was a Middleton that did sign the Declaration of Independence. Fun fact. I believe he was from South Carolina.
Well, I bet that was he probably spelled it Middleton. And the guy was just like, no, we're switching that L and the E. We're making this Americanized now.
I believe it used to be Midleton, but on the Declaration of Independence, it is Ddleton. But there's Middleton Irish whiskey with just the Y, and that is spelled with one D.
Actually, I know why he changed that then. 2 Ds for a double dose of this pimpin'.
And he likes double D boobs.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't?
He's all about them titties. Although we are neither tit or ass men, we are respect men. When it comes to women, since it's Women's Appreciation Month or Women's
Appreciate
History
you,
Month.
ladies.
So hey, ladies, we love you. And guess who ended the wage gap? Us. $1 off every PTG shirt. PassingGravyMerch.com. Gravy
including
ladies
these
shirts.
Beautiful
St. Patrick's shirts. Wait, that's a great shirt you got on, Pat.
Oh, that's a nice one you have as well, sir.
Oh, Robert, cool. Oh, that's cool that you. The way to support the pod, Robert. Real cool. Cool move.
I'll Photoshop it in.
Yeah, that would be really funny. But Photoshop it in for the whole episode, so it's just kind of like floating over you.
Yeah, over the screen the entire time.
Yeah, I guess I was gonna do the ad later, but like PassingGravyMerch.com, the St. Patty's Day gear. You order this week, and you are guaranteed to get it in by St. Patrick's Day. The Irish. I was listening to Passing Gravy podcast shirts. We have them in green, and then Kelly green as well, that lighter green, and then we have the PTG logo with the Irish flag over it, and it just says Lucky AF on it. So you have a couple options if you want to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Let everybody know what your favorite podcast is while you're not getting pinched, which I think we're socially distanced still, sort of, but like. You can still wear that, and everybody be like, this guy's lucky as fuck. And also, he's got a great podcast that he supports. So, PassingGravyMerch.com. We have trucker hats that the godfather of Pass the Gravy podcast, Curtis Chafin, he actually ordered one yesterday. He was like, yo, I didn't know you had trucker hats. Those things are sick. So he ordered a trucker hat. I ordered some of the Gravy Gang some hats this week because they're being pretty sick. We'll get to that in Comeback Kid. But yeah, PassingGravyMerch.com. You want face masks? You can go get those. If you just want the Pass the Gravy logo t-shirts, the new City Edition hoodie. I wore that. I was on the Beer Sports Whatever podcast on Monday with Michael Brown, and he was like, yo, how do I get one of those? I was like, PassingGravyMerch.com. The blue, baby blue hoodie with the I guess, can I say love you blue? It's after a team, you know, like love you blue team. It's that kind of color, and it's the City Edition Gravy Gang shirt. So if you're in the Gravy Gang, you want everybody to know, go PassGravyMerch.com. Ladies, Gravy Ladies shirts also available there in multiple types or multiple colors. So go check it out, PassGravyMerch.com, if you want to support the podcast. The stuff I saw on the internet that I thought would be funny to bring up is somebody had tweeted this out, but I just thought, like, wow, that is kind of funny to think about. Star Wars like has to have some of the craziest categories of porn, like in the Star Wars world, like because it's like there's so many different species of like aliens and all that. And it's just like you can have the Cantina guy dudes with droids. Like that's probably its own thing. Like instead of MILF, it's like Jedi and Sith.
So Robert probably knows what a Twi'lek is, but I'm guessing you don't know what a Twi'lek is, Alex.
It's something with lilac.
No, so it was the okay. Remember in Jabba's palace when he had that green girl that was dancing and she had those like two long things coming off of her head. They were like pigtails, but it was like just kind of part of her head.
From Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Okay, we'll move on.
Did you watch The Mandalorian?
I did not very far.
God damn it. Well, either way.
It's on my bucket list. It's on my knock this out list.
There is porn. Well, most people probably understand who I'm talking about now. She was, Jabba's slave girl that was dancing. They have porn with all that makeup on. It's kind of weird.
Because I know like we already
not
have,
that
like,
I've seen it.
Leia porn.
But like I've seen it.
Just you for research purposes. But yeah, Star Wars probably has some crazy porn categories. And then I also saw some tweets that ice cubes are just plain popsicles. If you think about it, it's like the most basic form of popsicle. It's like, remember when you were a kid and you could be like, hey, you can buy whatever juice you want.
No, a popsicle needs a stick.
It does need a stick. Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say an icicle is possibly one because like it's in the shape of a stick.
It's a meltable stick. It's like a cone. It's meant to be consumed.
Now, if you did that stuff that like moms would do when you were growing up and you put the film over the top of the ice cube tray and put sticks in it,
a toothpick
and then put toothpicks in it, that could be a plain popsicle.
And you can get those like I think Emma has them here where she like tried to make like smoothie bars basically. But like it's like they like make your own popsicle thing and you just freeze it. And it's like you could put whatever you want. You could put Coke in there and then just have Coke popsicles. And it's just like, what if you just wanted water? That's just the basic popsicles. But I think like we could open up our own boomerang ladle type discussion with like anything you put a stick on is a popsicle, whether or not it's a good popsicle.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get into that? Those are for answers questions. If you got some of those, anything you put a stick in is some form of like a corn dog is just like a hot popsicle.
A popsicle has to be frozen.
Well, corn dogs a lot of times are frozen beforehand.
That's true. If you eat it just frozen, doesn't melt. It's a meat popsicle.
Because I have in my freezer, I have pancake. It's like a pancake and sausage corn dog, basically, that I would take for breakfast for work. And now I just don't eat that anymore, and it's just like freezer, like or is it dry? Not freeze dry? No,
freezer burned.
Freezer burned, probably. Just covered in ice, but that's technically a popsicle at this point.
Mm-hmm. Once you thaw it out, it's no longer a popsicle, though.
Okay. And then blink is just the plural form of wink is the other thing I had.
Yeah.
I never really put that together, but yeah.
It blew my mind.
But not if
Winking.
you only have one eye.
Well then,
if you
have one eye, are you just always winking or are you always blinking?
And actually, now that I think about it, it still winks. Blink is just a double wink. It's not a plural.
But a double wink would basically be winks, which would be a plural form of wink.
But I mean, I guess, but not really.
I'd like to just see the face of somebody that's listening for the first time. Like, what are they talking about? Star Wars porn, plain pops. Like, none of this makes sense. Just strap in. You're in for a ride. You're gonna enjoy it.
That sounded like you were writing the description of the episode right there. The guys talk about Star Wars porn, whether popsicles are frozen.
And maybe it will be.
And how many blinks does it take to get to a wink? I said that backwards, damn it.
Do you guys want to get into the Comeback Kid segment? Pat, did you have anything to bring to the table?
No. I try, man. I just these kind of things just don't come to me easily. I think I've only ever shown up with like 2.
You really have been lackluster, and that's maybe why we need to bring Where You Been back. But
probably.
Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment then. How about that? You want to do that instead?
It's not my forte.
All right, we're gonna move on to Comeback Kid, which is where we just chew on whatever the fuck we feel like talking about that has happened in the last week, and we'll discuss here on the pod. It's the Comeback Kid segment.
It's the Comeback Kid, the Comeback Kid of the week, the Comeback Kid of the week, bitch.
All right. We got a bunch of pretty interesting comeback kids, I think, this week. Starting off with the Gravy Gang. They are a comeback kid. Shout out specifically to bro Brad. He is awesome. The Rod Ryan Show next month is having a golf tournament benefiting Texas Adaptive Aquatics. Brad has sponsored a hole himself, and like, usually it's companies that do it. They're like, okay. And they called him and were like, hey, what company are you with? And he's like, oh, no, it's just called the Gravy Gang. And they're like, okay, what is that company? He's like, it's not a company. It's just a bunch of cool dudes. Were his like exact words that he told me. And they're like, okay, cool. He is sponsoring a hole, and it's the Gravy Gang hole. We want to call it the Gravy Hole. And ideally it will be filled with gravy. So you'll have to like put your ball into the gravy, and then people are like, well, wouldn't your ball get dirty? He's like, yeah, but then because it's a charity thing, you could just have somebody that's a ball washer that like you pay to wash the ball, and that really just goes to charity. Like, I think we're setting up more money opportunities for the charity,
and we're spreading cheer, because think about it, they have those ball washing machines, and then anytime you use that, you get to look at your friends and go, haha, I'm washing my balls,
right? It's just comedy already. It's nonstop comedy all day.
It's a joke that never gets tired.
And there's going to be the one guy that realizes,
but
I mean, I'm not either. I don't play golf at the tournament. I just ride around in a golf cart, and I will definitely be hanging out at the Gravy Hole, the Gravy Gang hole, nonstop.
To watch people wash their balls.
But like, also, I think it'd be funny because like people aren't going to realize that there's gravy in it. If there is, like, what the, come on. And then like, I think also maybe like, do we just offer the option of like, are we going to go brown gravy or white gravy? Like, it's like, which one would you prefer? Okay. And we just ladle it into the hole right before they putt.
You gotta go with that Southern white gravy.
See, I was thinking, like, if we get Whataburger to also be sponsoring the golf tournament, they already have their own gravy. Boom, ready to go. If not, also crock pot.
This is an opportunity to make money for anybody, because golf is a game of concentration, and all of a sudden, if you pull your ball out of gravy, it's going to screw your concentration. So whatever the next hole is, you bet that they're going to shoot over par. You just bet people. You take side bets all day long against people that, like, whatever, or even with handicaps. I don't really know how golf betting goes that well. Just bet the over on that next hole for whoever hits it into the gravy and has to pull it out, because it's going to fuck up their head.
Start running like a gambling racket at a charity golf tournament.
Yes,
which would probably look terrible. I will not do that.
No.
I will not be doing that.
No, you guys.
All the money goes to charity.
Discuss this. Well, here's the thing: if you get caught, be like, well, I'm going to donate it all to charity.
Which I would do that anyways. But just since it's like my job, I'm going to try to not get. I'm not going to try and involve gambling in it,
Or you tell me, like, listen, guys.
But if Dante's there, who knows? Dante might not. I don't know if Dante's there. Robert, you can't really control Dante, can you?
No, you cannot.
Dante, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, everybody's favorite handicapper.
All of that money, you tell the charity, like, listen, you guys can either have all this money, or you can let me drive out to Louisiana right now. Go to the roulette table, pull it, put it all on red. One time. Maybe we double the money, maybe we don't. It's like
we double the money, we're all rich. We don't. Boom. We have a great story.
Yeah. It's like picking the mystery box or a lump sum of money. You never know what you're going to get. Could be nothing, could be great. You're the charity, you choose. Your call.
I love the Gravy Gang. Brad, I think Brett Brandon is going. They're trying to do a foursome. It's Josh Tree, Brett Brandon, Bro Brad, and Todd Voss. I want to say are trying to get a foursome together. And I told them, I was like, if you guys actually buy a hole, like I will supply gravy, like PTG hats for all of you. So Todd, Brad, and Josh, y'all let me know what hats you want from the store. DM me on Twitter, and I will send those your way, because Brett is the only one that has told me so far. But just shout out to the Gravy Gang. We are slowly but surely taking over the world. And it's just like, if you want to be hopping in on the Gravy Gang, there's never been a better time. There's never been a better time. We fucking love you guys. You guys are why we're doing this podcast. And it just appreciate you guys. Shout out Bro Brad specifically for purchasing the whole sponsorship. But Gravy Gang will be represented at the Rod Ryan Show golf tournament, which makes me feel like you guys should both now find a way to come to that too. It's a month out.
What is it?
I'll give you the date. I should probably know this, but
so it's April something, early April.
April something, yes.
All right.
Should be fun. Yeah. So Gravy Gang, comeback kid, another comeback kid is Texas.
Texas
is a big comeback kid this week. I don't know if you guys are aware that Greg Abbott, the governor, has basically opened up the state 100% starting next Wednesday. He made an announcement yesterday. And
I thought it was immediate. I didn't even realize it was waiting
next Wednesday. I think the mask thing is also next Wednesday too, if I am not mistaken. The mask thing may be immediate, but I know that businesses are allowed to open back to 100% capacity next week. Now, obviously, the businesses have the right to decide to open 100% or not. They can also require you to wear masks in the establishments, but like nobody can get arrested for not wearing a mask. They can just refuse to serve you. So I saw this and I was like, well, I'm sure Twitter's going to be normal and level-headed about this. I
saw a lot of people.
Boy.
Yeah. Like my favorite one that I saw was, way to fuck this up, Hot Wheels. And I always forget that people call him Hot Wheels.
Which is,
it makes me laugh every time.
Okay. I'm not.
It's fucked up, but it's funny.
I'm not really a big whataboutism guy. But like, if you were to say something about anybody of a specific race or anything like that, it's like you would get canceled so fast. I'm not saying you should, but it's like then making fun of somebody for being in a wheelchair though. Like that's still like, no, that's cool. We don't like him.
No, it's completely fine because he believes something different from me.
It's like one of those like, hey, we talk about both sides being hypocritical. There's a good example. There's a good example right there. But yeah, like, and I'm not saying that that only one side is hypocritical.
Yeah.
Both sides are hypocritical, but it's just like, hey, chill out. You're for rights for people. You're for people's rights. Then you should also be cool about people that are in wheelchairs too, or even if you disagree with what they do. And I'm not saying you're not allowed to disagree with what they do, but yeah,
I mean, I'm still gonna wear my
was a fucking absolute shitstorm. I also will be wearing my mask. It is just my personal choice. I'm not going to judge you if you don't want to wear a mask. I believe that masks work, which is why I myself will be wearing a mask until I feel like, the vaccine has gotten a little bit more around and about. But like, really, I don't know. Like, what do you think about like the decision, Pat? Like, were you like, did you agree with it?
Yeah. I mean, if you go out now, I mean, it sucks that like, I wish he would have just opened 100 and not kind of lifted the mask thing, because a lot of people are going to, and there's going to be a spike.
I think that
there's going to be a spike
too. There's definitely going to be.
I mean, this sounds shitty. I'm not really mad at it. I probably should be, but I'm not. Like, I'm still going to wear mine. Like, if you're not comfortable, wear your mask. If you're wary about there being more people out, stay at home. Order your groceries order your groceries at home. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell people. People are freaking out, and you're like, well, just, I mean, if you were able to stay home this long,
responsibility in your own hands now, and it's like, well, yeah, but these people are going to go out and do that. It's like, yeah, but like I think 90% of companies are letting you work from home if you don't feel safe coming in.
I think the real reason he did this is because the Rockets suck right now, and we need a loud arena. That's why he did it.
Because he was getting heat from when he tried to turn everybody's power off, or he was
getting heat when no one else was.
He was getting heat from other people not being able to get heat. Correct,
shit, Robert.
And I think that he was just like, hey, look over there. Look, no masks, huh?
That's
Forget about when
saying,
everything froze and you guys didn't have power. Forget about that real fast.
I feel like he was about to do this anyway. Like, I don't think, like, I'm sure that didn't hurt his decision. Probably be like, oh, I mean, but like advisors are gonna be like, they're gonna say this is why you're doing it. He's like, I don't fucking give a shit.
And the narrative of trying to protect,
I can't feel my legs. I don't care what people think about me.
they didn't have don't do jokes like that. We don't do jokes like that.
I do.
We don't do jokes like that.
Hey, I like him. All right.
But the narrative of like we care about old people kind of also went out the window when you shut out their power for 4 days and just left them in the cold. So it's like, yeah, I mean, now it's just kind of like, yeah, sure, go walk around if you're sick, whatever. We don't condone that. We don't condone that. But boy, oh boy, was Twitter a shitstorm yesterday with that. And it's like, yo, dude, if you don't live in Texas, shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care about your opinions on Texas, even though we can also say shit about other states. But it's like, hey, if you don't like what Texas did, then just don't come to Texas right now. Like, just chill out. Like, you shouldn't be
along those lines.
If you're under your orders.
On top of my shit list right now, did you see what either Keith Olbermann or Michael Moore? Both of them. They both just go, well, since Texas wants to be stupid, let's just not give them any vaccinations. Like, hey, fuckheads. There's still a shit ton of people that need it. And guess what? There's a fuck ton of people here that didn't vote for Trump. Don't like him. Like, there's a lot of Democrats in the state. Yeah.
Abbott's like, what you meant, I think.
What did I say?
You said Trump.
Well, I said Trump first, and then I was just, because they all lump it in there. But like saying, oh, your governor did something I don't like. Fuck the 40 million people in your state that don't like him.
Fuck every single person. Agree with him.
Yeah, and then fucking Olbermann also called him a mass murderer. I'm like, how does Olbermann still have a job? And then I clicked on his thing. I was like, oh, he only has a YouTube show now.
Yeah,
he's been thrown off of ESPN, CNN, ESPN again.
Here's a fun game we should play with Keith Olbermann. I think the Gravy Gang, when we call on them, we try and call on them for good. And I think we can also call on them for like troll stuff that's just harmless, because tweet, like let's not say anything mean or rude, but he loved anytime Trump would tweet, he'd be like, resign, sir. So since he had a fucking shitty take like that, and he's only on YouTube, we just should tell him, like, anytime Keith Olbermann tweets, just please respond to his tweet. Resign, sir. From YouTube. Resign, sir. And just tweet him at nonstop, and hopefully he'll be like, oh no, like he won't, but like it'd just be funny if like he just gets flooded with resign. So he's like, from what?
Maybe
he is old man shouting at cloud now though.
Just downvote his videos.
Just downvote him so much. Downvote him so much. But yeah, dude, fuck Keith Olbermann. Michael Moore is basically this guy. He's been the same dude forever. So it's like, what do we expect Michael Moore to do? But just kind of being a heartless cunt. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he basically looks like 300 pounds of Vaseline jelly stuffed inside of a sock. And I'm fat, so I can make that joke.
Vaseline jelly stuck inside. That's some imagery right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert, what did you?
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
No, I thought you were moving on. I was going to throw in another comeback kid, but I want Robert's take.
Yeah, Robert, what did you think about all this?
Yeah, hop into politics for us.
Well, talk some ticks.
It does seem like he just did it to score political points, and it is frustrating that he decides to open everything now when like Texas is like what 90% unvaccinated.
Yeah, we're one of like the lowest, I think, vaccination rates.
One of the lowest vaccination rates for one of the highest populations, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also like I see both sides in a way where I'm like, yes, I think it was a little too soon. I also am happy that businesses are able to open and make money again, because I felt like for so long it was just like, hey, fuck you guys. Like that was basically in an attempt to keep everybody safe, they sabotaged so many jobs and businesses unintentionally, but it was a consequence of what had to happen. And I get that. Yeah. I understand that. But then it's like, I also do kind of think it's like, I kind of get the like, hey, if you don't feel like going out, man, you don't have to. You have the ability. If you want to wear a mask, you should be able to wear a mask. You are allowed to wear a mask. Like you don't have to though. And
I worry that it's going to empower these people that don't like wearing masks even more and be more belligerent to businesses and people that do say like, hey, you can't enter here if you're not wearing a mask.
Well, it's my right, buddy.
Yeah, but then we get to make fun of them online. Like, right, but like government said I can. And be like,
that's gonna be the 17-year-old Kroger employee is gonna have to be the guy that's like, hey, sir.
No, fuck that.
we have a mask policy. Like you got like, you know, it's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be like a high school kid that's got to like deal with some dude. And it's like, I know when I was that guy, I would be like, dude, I don't fucking. It's not my job, but like it is my job. If I had to do, I would have just like fucking. I don't care if you wear a mask, but like my company says you got to wear a mask, man.
No, if you're a company and you're making that employee do that, you're an asshole. Like I don't make if somebody is being an asshole, I don't send my 17-year-old host over there to be like, hey, can you go deal with that table? I'm the manager. Make the manager go talk to the fucking guy that's being an asshole. I don't care if you've got managerial shit you're doing right now. You don't make a 17-year-old kid deal with a fucking delusional dickhead 45-year-old Karen.
That's gonna happen, but
I mean, they're gonna be the front line because they're the ones working up by the front, and then you just go, you know what? Hold on, let me get my manager for you.
I think if Abbott's saying that it's up to people, they have their own responsibilities. They don't need the government telling them what to do. Then maybe they should also legalize abortions.
And weed. Yes, I'm on board with all of that.
That's a very good point you bring up, though. Like, yeah, like if it's a personal responsibility issue, not a political thing that you're just trying to do, open it all up. I mean, obviously the legislation's going to have to go through. They're going to have to pass the bill, but it's like, hey, I want to see you start working on that then.
All right, so I'm going to be
individual rights and freedoms, and like you better give everybody individual rights and freedoms.
Alex, I'm sorry. I know I said I'd be your campaign manager. I'm flipping. I'm going to be Bobby's campaign manager for the Libertarian Party next year in the next election in Texas. That's what.
Well, my campaign is over. Obviously, like I did not win the presidential.
Oh, I didn't give up. I was still getting ready for the next one.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna run again.
I've been working behind the scenes.
Okay, well, I'm glad that I feel like Robert definitely has like the least amount of dirt on him on this podcast. So like Robert's the golden boy. Robert would be fine.
The only dirt on Robert is people could be like,
this podcast.
You sat by to these two idiots spouting dumbass shit for 3 years. That's the only dirt on Bobby is us.
But yeah, not a good look.
Is the biggest blemish, but like, please stay.
Bobby jokes.
Anytime anybody gets mad, we're like, no, Bobby's fine. Bobby's cool. And like, you're right. Bobby is cool. It's not the whole podcast.
Plus, don't you want a governor that's just going to like drop a one-liner in there every once in a while and make you laugh?
That would be pretty funny. And they're like, why is his name Bobby Jokes? Because he's going to tell you jokes every speech. So here you go. But yeah, Texas is back in a big way.
I got another one. Texas is back. Because yesterday was also Texas Independence Day.
It was Sam Houston's birthday as well.
Which is definitely why. Oh, wait, was it Texas or was it 2 days ago? It was 2. When did he make the? He made the announcement on Texas Independence Day.
Yes, so yesterday.
So was it yesterday or was it Monday?
The 2nd.
I don't know.
We are recording on the 3rd. It was on March 2nd.
That's right. All these days run together. Tyler Thompson's gonna be mad at me. He's gonna be like, Texas history. How don't you know?
That's Pat's friend that is a teacher. Not everybody knows who your friends are. I'm just letting you know. But yeah, Kyler knows.
He's a member of the Gravy Gang.
He is a member of the Gravy Gang, but I'm just like some people that may not know. It's always good to inform them.
We talked about this pre-show that I love doing this and just name dropping, and then Alex has to explain.
Yeah, no, I was telling them like one of my biggest pet peeves is like when somebody just like you get into a conversation and you're like, and John did this and Steve did this and then so and so did this, and it's like I don't know who those people are. Like, is that your brother? Is that your sister? Is that your friend? Like, who is that?
I don't ask those questions. Because that just makes the conversation me to people longer.
Don't just bring, but like it confuses me when I don't know who 3 of the people are that you're talking about.
But if you don't pay attention, you can't get confused. You just nod and say, yeah.
Just don't listen to most conversations, I guess.
It's crazy, man.
Another comeback kid this week is spaghetti. Because, guys, I lived on spaghetti this weekend. Emma made a bunch of. Emma was going out of town. She was going to see her sister in Austin this weekend, and so she made a big thing of spaghetti the night before. And she was like, "Well, I got a lot of leftovers, so you'll have a bunch of food over the weekend." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I will." And like that's all I ate. That's all I ate. Like I had the breakfast I take to work, which is just like waffles that I heat up, and then I have this like breakfast shake that I'll drink. But like Friday, that's what I have for breakfast. Friday afternoon, spaghetti. Friday night, spaghetti. Friday, like late night snack, spaghetti. Saturday morning, breakfast, spaghetti. Lunch, spaghetti. Dinner, spaghetti.
Did you have any meatballs?
I had the meat sauce on it, so it didn't have meatballs.
Oh, spaghetti and meat sauce. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
It seems like Emma's out of town trips are becoming more and more frequent frequent. It seems a little sus. Something going on over there?
I mean, I would want to get away from me too, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just for a long time we couldn't go anywhere. So now anytime anybody leaves, like if she leaves once a month to go see somebody, you're like, oh, it's just happening all the time. No, it's really not that often.
But like really, like all I did this weekend was like I've gotten into Call of Duty. I was a big comeback kid a couple weeks ago, but like I got into Call of Duty, and so like all I did was just play Call of Duty. Like I played soccer on Saturday. I watched soccer on Saturday and Sunday, and I watched some football on Saturday night. But like it was like just video games and sports basically. And so I was like, she picked a fucking hell of a weekend to go at it though, because she would have just hated me anyways, being like, oh, I want to watch the game though. I want to play Call of Duty with the boys. Game again.
Well, no, that's the real reason that she went out of town, because she tweeted the other day, Call of Duty is the loudest game in the world. And I just tweeted her back. I was like, he's one of us now.
I am.
Especially when you're bad
to the duty, the Call of Duty.
Granted, actually, she texted that on Monday, but you know, she had a nice, quiet getaway for the weekend. She comes back and it's just Alex going, God damn it, I fucking shot him first. This is bullshit.
Well, she'll be like working, and like she said, she has her desk and she's working at the, like when I get home, and I'll just be like, well, I'm gonna play some Call of Duty. And like I play it on like the living room TV because that's the TV I got my Xbox on. And
no,
like, yeah,
no, I got him. No,
God damn it. Like
anybody that's watched Alex stream knows exactly what we're talking about.
Twitch.tv/PassTheGreatPod, and you can watch me get very angry. I'm not good at Call of Duty.
Yeah. So much fun.
I'm getting better though, but not by much, but I'm getting better.
It's a process. You got to trust
it.
It
is a process. I'm better at zombies. We need to do like Friday. Why don't we do some zombie streams?
I'm down.
Because I'm much better at zombies because it's not like other people shooting at me.
I'll stream zombies till 5 a.m.
Is zombies free?
It is for like a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah, so there's like
Robert, you want to get it on this?
10, 13 days, something like that. So I think we have like 5 days left.
I bought the game because I'm that guy that they like lure into like, hey, well, you should buy Black Ops, and I'm like, yep, did it. Done.
If
I $60 of mine.
I haven't liked zombies since like the original. Because like once they started adding in power-ups and storylines, I was like, screw this, just put me in a house and let me fight off waves of zombies.
So yeah, if you don't play Call of Duty, you should just be like, you were in a 2-story house and you had to like build up, like you had to like fight, like they would come in that house, and now it's like you're running all around these multiple levels. And like I was trying to play the first time, I was like, there's like missions. What do I do? And like the people on, like I was just playing with randos online, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, this is the first time I played this, man. I don't know, man. I'm killing zombies. Like, get over here. We're changing left. We're trying to teleport or whatever. And I was like, okay, just you guys tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. I'm not trying to be that guy. I just don't know what's fucking happening. Like Pat will yell at me about like, Alex, come down here. We're in the superstore. I'm like, where is that? Where is that? I don't know the map. I do not know. And like Pat gets so frustrated with me. And I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Legitimately excited to do this on Friday now too, because you're gonna know more about this game than I will.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
So you can yell at me.
But like to me, it's like I'm so bad at it, and like if I get better, it's only gonna get more fun. So like, yeah. But I told you guys this was the problem about me getting into stuff. I was like, if I get in Call of Duty, that's all I'm gonna do. And now it's like all I want. Like I think about Call of Duty at work. I'm like, I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna play some COD. I'm gonna play some COD with the boys. It's just a lot of fun. But
I'm gonna play some COD and eat some COD.
I don't know about eat COD. Maybe we can eat COD while playing COD.
Little fish and chips, bruv.
Little fish and chips, isn't it? But yeah, Twitch.tv/PassTheGreatPod. We'll do some zombies. Pat and I'll do some zombies on Twitch on Friday. So tune in and please give us a follow. If we can get to 50 followers, we can get like the Twitch affiliate thing. And I don't know what that is, but they make it seem like it's a huge deal. So let's get a Twitch affiliate thing.
And I'll do something stupid for you guys. I don't know.
Pat will do something stupid. He'll do
I'll do a belly roll.
He'll do the Shakira like belly dance thing.
I call it the belly roll. I used to do it when I was a kid.
He'll do that.
Kind of out of practice, but
if you want that,
it's probably disgusting now, so it'll be funny.
Yeah, just go past or twitch.tv/PassGaryPod. But spaghetti was back, dude, because Emma made all that spaghetti, and it was like I was a late in life spaghetti guy. Like when I was a kid, for some reason I just hated spaghetti. But like, it's like why? What was wrong with me? Spaghetti's easy. It's awesome. It's cool. It's super easy to like reheat. Like I just ate so much spaghetti, I wasn't sick of it. It was awesome.
I love that she was like, I'm going out of town. I'm going to make a massive pot of spaghetti because otherwise Alex is just going to eat Pop-Tarts for 3 days.
Well, she always like, I don't know. I always think, I'll just think not eat. She's like, what did you eat today? Did you eat today? Did you eat today? I'm like, well, I had an egg for breakfast. And she's like,
I ate these dubs on Call of Duty.
Yeah, I ate a lot of bullets. Some people were killing me because I suck at that game, but spaghetti's back. So I just want to throw that in there. Shout out to Emma for making some dope ass spaghetti. She's thumbs upping me, but she's also like, fuck Call of Duty. Our other comeback kid this week is JJ Watt. He signed, or did he sign officially, or he agreed to terms?
Agreed to sign.
The Arizona Cardinals, 2 years, $31 million, I believe. And 23 of that is guaranteed. Everybody was just like, why would he go there? Like, I mean, first off, the Kyler curse is very real. He's not going to win a ring. We know that because he's playing with Kyler Murray. But then just everybody didn't expect him to go there. Everybody thought it was like Browns, Packers, maybe Bears, Steelers,
Colts.
Those were the teams that were rumored to possibly be going after JJ Watt. And he just threw us a curveball and went elsewhere. And I saw that he had shipped to his family members like 5 different shirts of teams because he tried to do the whole like college selection day where you're like, I got a Florida State hat, a Florida hat, and an LSU hat. Where am I going? I'm going to go to Florida State. But he just sent it to those people. So like if some FedEx guy opened the package, they couldn't be cool. He sent it to these people. He's definitely going to go to the Cardinals. So he sent like 5 different team jerseys or team shirts for all that. But JJ Watt, he's a Cardinal now. It's going to look weird. Him in Cardinal red and like all of the DeAndre and him now are back together. Man, this is crazy. Like, do you think the Texans are going to trade Sean for Kyler Murray? No, I don't think they will. And if you're the Texans, you don't want him because he's cursed. He's damaged goods.
I mean, I would be kind of pumped up if they did. Like, if you're going to get another quarterback back,
like you could be good, but you're not going to win anything because Kyler Murray's cursed. And
not going to win anything anyway. They have to do a complete tear down and rebuild of this organization. Like, we're going to be the Browns
Jack
for the next
Easterby,
4
so
or
you
5
don't know.
years.
Yeah, it's not a great look for the Texans.
Fucking Jack. I forgot about Jack Easterby for a little bit there.
Like he'll fuck it up anyways, no matter
what. I thank God that this isn't my core team, that it's just my city team. Like if the Texans were my actual team, I'd be so depressed. Like I would follow Jackie, like he'd have to get a restraining order because I would just be waiting outside of every restaurant going, resign, sir, resign, resign, sir.
Sorry, resign.
Resign.
Keith Olbermanning him.
I would throw fake blood on him like he was wearing fur.
And I'm sorry, I thought that was fur. He's like, that was a tank top. I thought it was a fur tank top.
I'm from New York, man. This is just what we do.
What you talking about? No, maybe he thought you were from California. Like, surf's up, dude.
Fucking
you want to go catch some waves, bro? That is seriously like Scott's Tots. And
it's cringier than any episode of The Office. Any episode, it's cringier.
Scott's Tots from The Office is like a million times less cringy than Jack Easterby's stand-up. And if you don't know what we're talking about, just pause the podcast, Google Jack Easterby stand-up, and see how long you can get through that before you turn it off, because it won't be.
Still, I've never finished it. I've tried so many times.
Terrible.
I've never made it past, I think, the second city. He goes California, then New York, right? I've never even made it to the Boston part. I've heard that's just as bad.
It's every hacky accent, and it's like, dude, do you think you're the first guy to try this? Also, none of the stuff you're saying is true, but okay. But yeah, fuck Jack Easterby. But JJ Watt,
good luck.
I think people were mad. People were mad about him for going to the Cardinals, and he's like, "Oh, you left us for a champion." He's like, "No, he was released. He asked for his release, and they granted it to him. If you're gonna be mad at anybody, don't be mad at JJ. Be mad at the fucking Texans."
That defense is going to be good. If they can get Patrick Peterson back on a decently team-friendly deal, that's going to be a damn good, fast defense.
They'll be a good defense. The NFC West is going to be a pretty good force for the foreseeable future, I think. But yeah, JJ Watt's back. I think he's got 2 years probably left. Like I would assume that the 2-year deal is going to probably be his final deal of his career, and he got $32 million or $31 million out of it.
He'll sign one more after this, at least.
You think so?
I mean, he's 30. Like the injury problems really haven't plagued him as bad the last couple of years. I mean, even when, say he's only 80% of what he used to be on this deal. Okay, then afterwards, say he's only 60% of what he used to be. That's still a damn good player. Like, I could see him signing another 2 year after this and playing to like 36. I don't know if he'll want to.
Right.
I think he's a guy that maybe he doesn't move into the booth, but like he could definitely be like a TV, like ESPN or somebody will hire him. He's just a fun guy.
Even if they don't hire him full time, he'll definitely do some form of like, okay, like we're gonna get a JJ Watt, you know.
Give him and Gronk a TV show where they just travel. Because JJ's like wholesome and Gronk is like, they're like the exact same body. But like, what if one of these dudes just his entire life has been about partying, and one of these dudes is just kind of a goober and a little bit of a tryhard,
and he works out a lot.
And just show them working out and going places, and just JJ being embarrassed by Gronk doing shit in public.
Them and Marshawn Lynch, throw them all three into just some like fairly recently retired guy. I guess Gronk still plays, but like
a Travel Channel show with them.
Marshawn and JJ and Gronk would be just nuts.
Oh, so there was a Travel Channel show a couple of years back where it was all old guys. It was Terry Bradshaw, William Shatner. I'm forgetting
Jeff Dye, the comedian, was the host of it.
So he was the host of it. And who was the other guy? I can't remember. Henry Winkler. And that was one of the best shows ever. I
only watched one episode of it, but it was really good.
Terry Bradshaw gets naked in every episode somehow.
I tell you what, I don't care what we're doing out here. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm having a good time.
So good. So you put Gronk, JJ, Marshawn, and have Bert Kreischer be the host of it.
Bert Kreischer's already got so much stuff going on, though, I feel like.
He used to do a Travel Channel show, though.
Hurt Bert.
Now let him be the host.
Very underrated show.
Do the exact same show, but instead of old dudes, it's young dudes. And you know Gronk is just going to be Terry Bradshaw because they're the same fucking person born 50 years apart. Gronk's going to get naked everywhere they go.
I guess I don't know about Marshawn, but I feel like JJ is he's not shy about taking the shirt off. And like I wouldn't be either if I was JJ Watt. I'd be like, I don't ever want to wear a shirt.
I mean, naked.
Oh, Gronk's gonna have like a Speedo on at all times, and it's just like, give him a couple more cold ones, and he's gonna take that off at a certain point. Dude, come on, JJ, it's just guy stuff.
Travel Channel, call us. Let's get this hammered out.
Now we haven't gotten any of them to agree to it, but I'm just saying down the line, this is probably a great idea.
At the very least, Marshawn and Gronk.
Jay Cutler could go. That'd be a fun one.
But he has to be smoking a cigarette at all times.
But he just like Jay doesn't really do the activities they do. He just mocks them. Like zip lines.
Stupid.
What do you fall? Do you even test that line, you idiot? I'm not in a zip line. I'll meet you guys at the other side. I got a 4-wheeler. And they're like, I don't really feel like the way you're handling this show is good for anybody else. He's like, well, I'm okay with it. Like I'm fine with it.
I'm a quarterback. I made $160 million during my career. I don't care about anything.
I saw over the weekend he was walking through someplace. I think he was in Chicago. It looked like, or at least I saw this video from over the weekend.
I think it was a ski resort or something.
Yeah, but because people had masks on, so it looked like it had been during the pandemic. And somebody's like, "Hey, Jay Cutler, can I get a picture?" And the guy had a pitcher of beer with him, and I guess he was waiting for some friends. And he's like, "If you'll chug that whole pitcher, I will take a picture with you." And he was like, and they just picked it up and started just downing it. And he was like, all right, come here.
That's the best. It was the look on Jay's face, like, God damn it, I said I'd do it, but I don't want to take this fucking picture.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I hated him as a Bear, but like, I would get along so well with Jay Cutler.
He's funny.
He just seems like a good dude.
He's an asshole, he seems like, but he seems like he's pretty funny as well.
Well, that's my interpretation of a good dude.
That's what you aspire to be.
He's kind of a dick and he wants to be left alone.
I just want to be on my farm, take care of my chickens, and that's it. Like
go just hang out with my $160 million.
Yeah, and be rich in Tennessee.
God damn it, I love him.
I think it's Nashville is where he lives. But yeah, JJ Watt's back, and yeah, that Cardinals defense is gonna be good. But again, like the pass the gravy curse on Kyler Murray, like he's fucked. So like, yeah, have fun shutting down people and then having Kyler probably take you to the playoffs just to lose and not ever win a ring. But happy that JJ's going to be on a competitive team.
And happy that he's in a state where he gets to keep most of his money. Because I'm pretty sure Arizona has no state income tax either.
Right. They also don't have like a lot of grass, so they better not have income taxes.
Yeah.
State income tax.
But good for him.
That was a dumb statement. But
he's used to the climate.
And then also Cliff Kingsbury is still the coach, so
yeah, they're not winning while Cliff is there.
Yeah, good luck with that. JJ Watt's a comeback kid. Then our next comeback kid is Dr. Suess, because the doctor is getting canceled. Although I did not realize until like today that it was like it was his family that decided to stop printing certain books.
Yeah.
That are depicted in that. And I was like, wait, I read Dr. Seuss books a lot when I was a kid. I don't remember all of the books, but what it was.
I think maybe, okay, so it was 6 books.
And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street.
I saw it on Twitter that he was being canceled and all this shit. I was like, why? And they're like, the books are being pulled for bad imagery and shit, which, like, you know, I get it now. It was back in the day. And then, like, when I started actually finding out, it was like, no, the Dr. Seuss company pulled these 6 books themselves. Like, people complained we're not going to make them anymore. And somehow the story just became Dr. Seuss is getting canceled and they're pulling him away. It was like, no, it was 6 books, which, by the way, I think maybe I had heard of one of them.
I think I actually saw that Foxes were really upset with him. They're like, we don't even like green eggs or ham, so please stop like inaccurately portraying us in this horse shit book.
It was just
not my words. Those are Fox's words.
That was the perfect example of counter cancel culture, of just people freaking out about, like, how are you going to cancel Dr. Rova? And it was all people that did not read the story to see what was happening yet. You
didn't fact check. Like, there's like that time a couple weeks ago where I was like, I had a really like high, like clicked viral, or not like I guess local viral blog page that was, could The Rock buy the Houston Texans ? And that was just the headline of it. And when you click the body of the story, it was just like, probably not, just something to think about. That was all it was. And it just had The Rock with a football in his hand. And people like when you put it out to Facebook, people were like, oh, he fucking better. That'd be amazing. And it was just like, you didn't read anything. You didn't, like, if you click the link for 4 seconds, you're going to be like, oh no, I got it. And it was just like the like shit storm that kind of started with that. I was like, good. Yes, it's working. But yeah, so people were trying to, like, they were canceling cancel culture, even though cancel culture wasn't really doing that. It was like Dr. Seuss's family. And it's like, yeah, when you look at the imagery, kind of like, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I read the descriptions and it was like, yeah, I mean, like,
it was like pretty racist, like portrayals of like every one of them stereotypical like bad Asian portrayal, like, oh yeah, like
it was the chopsticks and rice hat and like big teeth, and I was like, yeah, you probably, like, I'm fine with that. I was like, maybe you could like just recolor the books, but like the family might just be like, well, if it's not him, we don't want it out there. So
it's not the Grinch. It's not
nobody
green
knows
eggs
and
books. Ham.
Yeah, it's not Cat in the Hat.
Oh, the places you'll go.
It's none of the ones that anyone gives a shit about. So like, yeah, let those go away. And let's just keep the classics that didn't depict wildly racist pictures of different cultures.
Right. But yeah, so like Dr. Seuss, who, believe it or not, was not a doctor. A lot of people don't know that.
Which, by the way, I bet his sales are going to go through the roof after this.
They have been already. Like, they're already, like, people are buying it. It's like when people tried to like boycott Goya, and then the other side was like, you know what, I'm just going to go buy Goya. And it's like, well, sales of Goya are through the roof. Like Dr. Seuss was like, or you guys who are just buying Dr. Seuss books now, that like people weren't really mad about Dr. Seuss.
Or that fucking singer Morgan Wallen, who got caught saying the N-word, and he said the #1 country album on the charts for the last 8 weeks.
Which seems the biggest super problematic when you think about it. It's like,
so bad.
We don't support that guy.
And they're like, oh, he didn't mean to say it. Well, he was drunk and yelled it right at his friend pretty clearly. Pretty sure he meant to say it. Also, maybe
I
we
know
should
you
just set
didn't
that guy
like
on fire.
Morgan Wallen.
Either one, it doesn't matter because he's a piece
You
of
didn't
shit.
like him anyway, so it's just like that was just one more reason for Pat to jump on him. But I get you.
Yeah, you get canceled and then assholes buy your shit. That's how it works now.
It's better than nobody buying your shit, I guess.
No such thing as bad press, I guess.
That's what a lot of people think. Any press is good press, which is definitely not true.
Not true at all.
It's not true. It's not true at all, but like it can still make you money if it's bad press.
If it's bad enough press, you can get one more big score and then just fade away.
Yeah. You need that money and just run away with it.
It's basically the producers. You're not familiar? Okay, never mind.
Is that the play?
It's a very famous Broadway show and movie. Like it's massively famous, but if you don't know, it's not worth explaining it to you.
Well, why don't you explain it to Robert and I? I mean, obviously Robert and I get it. It's to the people that are listening that don't get it.
So basically, the theme of the producers, and I'll condense this really quick, is these two guys have the idea that if they raise enough money and hype up a Broadway show, no matter how bad they make it, and if it bombs completely, they can still make massive amounts of money off of it on like pre-investors and shit like that, which I'm probably describing it wrong. So like the entire Broadway show, the Broadway show they come up with is it's either the song, like the big song in it, or the name of it is Springtime for Hitler.
What?
Yeah. But you get a bunch of people to invest right away. And if it dies out, you don't have to pay cast for a long time. So you just get to keep all that goddamn money. Now, like I said, that's not the full plot. And I'm not really describing it, but yeah. If you piss off enough people, you can make a lot of money real quick. Was
that like Steve Martin? Did he do a movie with it?
No, it was Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick. Okay. Steve Martin, Matthew Broderick, basically the same guy.
I know about it.
Not at all.
I just remember Springtime for Hitler.
Okay. Of course, the Hitler part is what sticks out to you, Pat.
Somebody tells you there's a song called Springtime and Hitler. It's kind of hard to forget it.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Our next comeback kid is Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. She had that was I feel like this was like months ago, but it was like literally like the day after we recorded last week's podcast. Lady Gaga's dog walker got ambushed. These people took her dogs and they shot the fuck out of this dude in the chest multiple times, and then just left him bleeding there. And then they had like a Ring doorbell camera caught all of it, which I don't know if you saw the video of it. It was fucking horrifying.
No, I haven't. I just heard about it. I didn't watch any of it yet.
But yeah. So she offered a big reward to return the dogs, and this lady came back with the dogs, saying, yeah, I think it was $500,000. This lady came with the dogs and was like, yeah, I saw them. They were tied up to a post or whatever. And I don't know. To me, that immediately raises suspicions where it's you might have been in cahoots with whoever did it. And then I mean, if she's a good citizen, whatever, but isn't that a little suspicious?
No, if you're offering $500,000 for the return. So people that don't know, yeah, dog walker came up and they shot him. One of the 3 dogs got away. The other 2 were kidnapped. If you have $500,000 to offer as a reward, I'm putting $1 million in private investigators to follow this lady around for a long time, catch the guys, match them to the Ring doorbell, and they're all going to jail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna do some vetting of all of that, but it's that could also been the guys that did it could have just been yeah, no, we found your dog. Crazy.
I mean, if you've got that much money, you can get the FBI involved to be we need to monitor her bank accounts, see who she's sending large sums to. Find out who those people are. Do they match the description? There's no way you just tie the dogs to a fucking pole and you would just let them go. You wouldn't tie them up somewhere. You would just let the dogs go. You tie them up somewhere, then they can start looking in the neighborhood. I think so. I think at least one of them was. I don't know if they both were, but
there's been a thing of that in Houston where people are stealing these high priced dogs, and it's you're a fucking scumbag if you take somebody's dog.
Yeah, well, I mean, dogs can be big money,
right? But you're
I've got
fucking
a buddy that
scumbag.
I got a buddy that spent $5,000 on one dog and 2 on his other. because they were like purebred crazy story dogs. But like,
you can't just flip a dog. Like what is it? Like it's a
you can
living thing. Yeah, but it's a shitty thing to fucking do. And it's like I just hope like that you die a slow, painful death. Like I hope nothing but the worst comes to people that do that. Then like Lady Gaga is now like obviously gonna pay for that dude's medical bills. The dog walker lived. He lived. I think he got shot in the chest like 3-4 times, which is fucking crazy. And it's like at that point, like, do you go back to walking dogs again? Or you're like, you know what? I think I'm retiring from the profession.
Oh no. Are you kidding me? If you have the reputation of a celebrity's dog walker that'll take a bullet for their dogs, they will all hire you. Plus, Lady Gaga is probably going to rehire him back and give him a raise.
Because I feel like Lady Gaga might just be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to, like, you're going to live on a stipend for the rest of your life because of this. Like, she's paying for all of his bills, all his medical bills and all that. But it's like, I feel like we're just going to get another guy. But then, like, if you had a dog walking opportunity opening, like, it's Lady Gaga's dogs. You're like, I'm going to pass on that.
What are the chances they get hit twice? That's the safest dogs to walk now.
But still, though, like, I don't know, Robert, what would you do? Would you, if somebody's like, hey, do you want, like, it's $1 million a year to walk Lady Gaga's dogs 3 times a day? Would you be like, that last guy just got shot, so maybe not? Because I would probably pass on it, even if it was a lot of money.
$1 million.
I don't want to
get shot.
Yeah, I don't want to get shot.
The last guy got shot. The chances of them going after the same
100% of the last employee in that position got shot.
For $1 million, in my mind, it's worth it.
Yeah, but
I mean, I definitely think about it.
Are the dogs recognizable? Like, how do you know that like those dogs won't get, Well,
the way that it happened, it was like I feel like if they like the way they did it, it seemed like they knew where he was walking. They had scouted out the route that he went on. Like they had done their
star
research.
Maps, dude.
What is that?
Star Maps. They probably knew where she lived.
Oh, really? Well, but like then, like
more than likely,
to do the recon, you have to kind of like watch where the dog walkers go and see. Okay, he goes here. He walks past this park. We can probably get him here, where it's like not as well lit. Although they did it right in front of a bunch of fucking houses, so like that was like weird. But it's fucking scary shit. Like I walk Wheezy all the time, and it's like, so we could just try to steal. Like you better not fucking steal Wheezy. I don't
carry a gun.
Give her up.
Hold on, wait. Is it $1 million before taxes or after?
Who gives a shit?
Well, in
it's $1 million.
In California, that $1 million is probably really only worth like $350,000 after taxes.
Oh yeah, and that's it's nothing,
right?
Which by the way,
I've never had $350,000 in my life, so I would totally take that.
I would actually end up going to jail because I would find a way to get around the taxes in California, and I'd get arrested for tax evasion.
He'd Al Capone it.
I would be in the Cayman Islands so fast.
But I'm surprised there's no way like they weren't like microchipped with like GPS or something.
That's what I thought too. I was like, just look at where they are.
Maybe they took the chips out of the dogs.
No, like you'd have to like, cut the whole dog open.
Yeah, like immediately.
And also,
it's not that difficult of a procedure if you know what you're doing.
Like maybe this is a dumb question.
You sound like you know what you're doing.
I don't, but like if you have any sort of veterinary knowledge, like maybe one of the guys who did it, maybe his girlfriend's a vet tech and was in on it.
Well, might be a dumb question, but like, does the chip work? Like you can see the location of where the dog is, or does the chip only work where like you scan it if you find a dog and then like, oh, bleep, this dog belongs to Lady Gaga here. And this
that's
is
actually
the
how
address.
I think that's how it works. But also rich people should have like GPSs on their dogs.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you could have a GPS collar that somebody just like cut and threw off, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of variables that I didn't get from the story, even though it's like a week old, but like, that's some scary shit though. Like the dog walker, like, I don't know if he's going back to walking dogs. I definitely wouldn't.
I would. Dude, do you have that dude was probably
you're already probably pretty rich though if you're a celebrity dog walker.
Pat sounds like he's in cahoots with the dog nappers.
Did you steal Lady Gaga's dog?
No, actually, I was about to say I wish I could be the guy to pull the trigger on both of them. Anybody that steals dogs deserves to die.
Absolutely.
And I would like to be the executioner.
There are certain crimes where I feel like when it's like we have you on video doing this, we know you did this. It's like we don't really need a trial, just like on the ground, pop. But really, it shouldn't even be that because you should have to like suffer. Like it should be like they should take you to like you should have to be in like an animal shelter and they test out to see like if the German Shepherd is aggressive or not. I don't know. Are these pit bulls aggressive? You go live with them for a night. And it's like,
what we should do
okay.
is get a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Act like we're Negan.
This is Walking Dead, I think. Okay, I was about to say. I feel like you're walking down the exact same path as Negan.
Yes. Basically, what we've learned from this segment is I hold my life and the life of dog nappers in very low regard.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, honestly, I'd still think about it. If it was $1 million a year, I'd be like, maybe.
You would in a heartbeat. You would in a heartbeat.
You know what? I'd probably be swayed.
Your job, you're getting paid $1 million to hang out with dogs.
I can be bought for sure if the price tag is big enough.
It doesn't have to be that big for me.
As long as it's like not like something like super illegal or anything, but like walking dogs. But it's still like I'd be like, can I start? Do I have to start now? Like this block is hot now, dude.
I guarantee you it's not. Because you know that block now has extra security on it too.
I'd be like, yeah, you hire another dude, hire a security guy.
By the way, yeah, that security guard, because you know wherever she's living, they have to have a security guard. 100% that dude's fired.
But I don't think it was at her house. I think it was just like that. Like, he was on his route.
Oh,
so it's like not the like.
Why is the route just not in the neighborhood?
I don't know. Like
guess what? If I'm the new dog walker, the route is now just in her neighborhood. I'll do 15 laps if I have to.
Well, can you just get a large treadmill? We'll just walk on that.
No, the doggies need the fresh air.
We'll put it outside in the backyard.
They want to see other dogs and people.
We'll bring some other dogs around. I'll bring Wheezy over.
So basically, the new plan is we're going to open a dog park in Lady Gaga's backyard.
A work from home dog walking business. Yes, it's perfect for this time. Like,
I don't think Lady Gaga wants that much dog shit in her backyard.
Probably not. But no, I mean that's obviously part of the job. You had to clean that up too.
Also, lesson learned: this is why you only own dogs that are over 100 pounds because they will take down attackers. Which, by the way, my brother texted me this morning. My parents' 2 dogs. The one that's in shape is 108 pounds. Just gorgeous, massive English lab. The other one that's a fat sausage is 100 pounds even. And they think she might have heart problems. I was like, no shit. She's a fat dog.
Aw.
She's very fat. She's a good girl, though. But
all dogs
are
good dogs.
They think she might have, I shouldn't be laughing while saying this, congestive heart failure. But they're going to put her on meds, so she'll be okay.
Hopefully she'll be
yeah,
okay.
So we got 200-pound dogs. Good luck kidnapping either one of them because they are very hard to pick up.
Gravy Gang, please send your T's and P's.
Yes.
Please send your T's and P's. I got one last comeback kid for this segment, and it is college football because college football is back in full force. I got to watch my first spring college football game, not a college spring game like we have seen in the past where they just basically, it's like a glorified scrimmage. The FCS Football Championship Series has started their season up. They're going to play, I think, 6 to 8 games, depending on the conferences. Then they will do their college football playoffs, which is like I want to say it's like 32 teams they're in on that. And
it's pretty big.
They're all going to play that out for another national championship. It is the division below, like LSU, UT, all of them. The FBS is what that's called, the bowl subdivision. But I think that, I mean, I've already decided that Sam Houston State is America's spring football team now. We're just going to say that that's the thing. Bearcats started the season off undefeated. We beat Southeastern Louisiana. We looked really good. I love our new quarterback. Eric Schmidt is pretty fucking awesome. We got a bunch of really good guys, and we were missing our starting running back. Our backup running back had over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns. I think Sam Houston State, right now they're ranked 10th in the polls. Got a big game against Nicholls State coming up next weekend. Nicholls, I believe, is number 4 or 5 in the country. So I think maybe I make a trip up there. If some of the Gravy Game would like to make a trip up to Hunts Vegas and watch the Bearcats, that would be sick. But college football's back. I could bet on college football for the weekend. It was a lot of fun. I didn't win my bet, but still, it was awesome. So college football.
We got a good game tomorrow.
See any of Who we got tomorrow?
South Dakota State versus North Dakota State.
And North Dakota State started off 0-1. They lost to South Dakota, I believe, last week.
Wait. So are they just playing South Dakota again this week? Are they just
South Dakota,
each
South
other?
Dakota State are two different schools.
Oh, sorry. They're playing South. It just says North Dakota versus South Dakota. So maybe it's not the state schools.
Or it could have been the University of North Dakota, the Fighting Sioux, I believe. North Dakota State is the Bison.
I don't know. So yeah, never mind. I think it's the shittier ones. It just says North Dakota and South Dakota. I did not know those states had two schools apiece. I literally thought
North
each
Dakota
one only
State
had
is rivals.
a powerhouse.
South Dakota State as well. Yeah, they are. They've won like I think 8 of the last 10 FCS national championships. They routinely beat a top team. They'll routinely beat like a ranked team every year to start off the season when there's actual like when college football is normal. There's not a fucking pandemic. And they started off their season with a loss, or I guess maybe their second game they've had a loss in. But Sam Houston 1-0. We're going to win a ship this year. So if you want to hop on the Bearcat train, just it's the official college football team of the spring for Pass the Gravy podcast. We're just adopting that. And we're all Bearcat stans. Now, I have become a Bearcat stan Twitter account during games now. That will be a thing I do. I found out that you can save pictures in those the live photos on your phone. You can save those as GIFs now. So I was just posting GIFs all night on Saturday, and it was a lot of fun. And if you want to watch some football, if you missed some football, there's no XFL. So like the Bearcats are like our Roughnecks this year.
So they don't have a game this week?
They have an off week. They have an off week this week. They play Nichols next week.
Ah. Damn it.
It's a big ranked v ranked top 10 matchup. So probably the game of the week next week, I would assume.
Yeah, North Dakota State is a 20-point favorite, and South Dakota State is a 21-point favorite next week.
South Dakota State's cool because they're the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, they've always been really good too. Something about like if you're not going to play D1 football, go to the Dakotas.
Yeah, because they're like, look, it's cold as shit, but like we'll win. North Dakota State plays in a dome. I don't know where South Dakota State plays in, but
North Dakota State's is a dome.
The Fargo Dome.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, football's back, and I'm excited about it.
I'm pretty stoked about it. Eat them up, Bearcats. Let's go. And Sam's probably going to win a national championship. Probably not, but like I'm all in on it.
Nope.
I'm all in on it. James Madison's pretty good this year, but I'm all in on Sam Houston State this year. Let's move along to our next segment. Do you want to do mock draft or do we want to do WWJD first?
Let's get the WWJD going.
Okay. We got a mock draft of masks coming up. But now we will do the What Would Jesus Do segment. When we grew up having those bracelets, they never told you what Jesus would do in this situation. And it's like, why are you just asking a question without giving me an answer? I expected some sort of fortune cookie type situation where it would say WWJD on the back. You'd look, it would tell you what he would do, or maybe a magic 8-ball. Really, we need to make a magic 8-ball WWJD. But I think that now, like, if you have a question for us, hit us up. Hashtag PTGWWJD on Twitter. We're at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at Not Pat DM. Robert's at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTGWWJD. Throw Jesus in a modern day situation, and we will get to the bottom of it. Here we go. It's the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right. If you aren't watching the video version for the
you need
jingles,
to.
You need to. And shout out to Jingle Blake Wonder at the Sexy Bananas for making that intro right there. This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from, hold on, my computer's fucking up on me right now. It comes to us from our buddy David Ruiz, Pastor Gravy's Rookie of the Year at last year's Gravy Awards, at David_Ruiz90. And David says, what show or series would Jesus sit down and binge watch?
Damn. Is somebody watching TV in the background?
No, it pertains to my not cool, but somebody is fixing my not cool right now.
Okay.
I told you guys, like, it has been a running bit on this show that if I have any maintenance request ever at my apartments, whenever I am recording a podcast, is the time that they come to fix it.
All right, so I'm gonna say, didn't the History Channel just have a show a while back called The Bible?
But he already knows that, though.
Yeah, but everyone wants to watch themselves. Actually, most people say they don't. They don't like the way they sound.
I was gonna say I don't want to watch myself.
Sopranos.
Sopranos. I mean, yeah, that's a good one to go with. I'd like to think The Office. He binge The Office. He's a funny guy.
What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, Robert.
I'm thinking I haven't seen this show, but I'm like maybe Watchmen because he's like watching over us.
Ooh.
So I don't know, something like that. This is a tough one. I don't think.
Wait. Didn't they make a Hannibal TV show? And
No,
that's a
I wouldn't watch
spinoff of Silence of the Lambs. Jesus was the Lamb of God.
Wasn't there a show not too long ago that was like a guy emailed God and then God replied to it, and it was like, y'all have 2 seasons of this show?
Oh yeah, there was a show called God Friended Me.
God friended me, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, maybe a catfish.
You know what he would probably watch? Planet Earth.
He knows all that shit though.
No, he didn't create the Earth. He's just.
You don't think his dad told him about all that shit?
Okay, well, why wouldn't he know every other show as well? God friended me. He'd be like, yeah, I'm talking to this guy down there. I just think
yeah,
show
Planet
that
Earth seems like that'd be fun because like Planet Earth gets pretty lit.
Yeah, dude, just you enjoy the majesty of this beautiful planet that he died for.
Yeah, okay, I'll go Planet Earth. That's
actually, you know, I'm going to change my answer one more time. I think Jesus would appreciate South Park.
No, well, he's in South Park, so again,
I think he would, but it's a fictionalized version of it. So I think he would find it funny. Probably Planet Earth. Probably Planet Earth, but I think he would appreciate South Park.
That was a good question, David. Again, guys, we are going to do this segment until you guys stop submitting WWJD stuff for us. So please, hashtag PTG WWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod. Load us up with as many WWJD scenarios as you can, or else the segment's going to go away. Moving on, though, it is mock draft time. And speaking of a draft, a nice draft that I like to enjoy when I'm thirsty, maybe after you get off work, you had a long day, you want to just go crack open a nice cold beer. It's a Southern Star. No matter what it is, Pat's got the strawberry bombshell blonde. I have the Metzley pecan stout from Southern Star. It's awesome. I also got the you danced with the one that brought you. The one that brought me to the party was the bombshell blonde, the best blonde ever made, I promise you. And the strawberry bombshell blonde also dope. There's something for everybody at Southern Star, whether it be a Southern brunch. I was drinking a couple of those on Sunday. It's basically a mimosa in a can. The Metzley pecan stout, the new IPA, the Hop Wave IPA that they've got out there. Perhaps soon enough, you may just be having a darling like a Marlin Bach. Pastor Gavy's darling like a Marlin Bach from Southern Star, huh? They're working on that. They were originally just gonna have a tap room release. Now they're asking for can ideas. Like,
wait. So are we sure it's gonna be a Bach?
I think it's a Bach. Not 100%, but I think it's gonna be a Bach.
If we get our own beer, 100%, I'm gonna make them replace the boxes from the Astros Bach that we usually sell. If we get our own Bach, then I'm making my restaurant sell that instead.
You have to. Dude, like that's like my dream, man. It's my dream, and I don't know how to make beer, so it's them doing all of the work for us and just like letting us be a part of it. And like we love Southern Star. We fucking love Southern Star. They're the best beer in the world. And every time they come out, I'm like, well, like, I can't love every Southern Star. I do. I don't know how they do it. Dave is a fucking magician there. All of those guys over there, Keith, Angel, all of them, fucking magicians. They know what they're doing.
Of that Fairly Odd Parents meme template where it's the empty trophy case. It says, this is where we would put their miss if they had one.
Exactly. because they don't miss. If you like IPAs, they have a billion. The new Fracker IPA, the unofficial beer of the oil and gas industry. All of it is also the Subatomico Juicy IPA, Conspiracy Theory IPA, Korova Milkshake IPA. All of that's awesome. Did I mention the Lil Cal low calorie IPA? It's got like the same amount of calories as like a peanut, and it's a whole beer. You can crush those all day and all night. Doesn't feel like you're crushing IPAs. A lot of times to me, IPAs just are a little too heavy, but these are awesome. I'm not a big stout guy. I am like absolutely murdering these Metzley pecan stouts. They're fucking awesome. There's something for everybody at Southern Star Brewing Company. 3525 North Fraser Street. If you want to go up there, now the state's opened up. If you want to go check out the tap room, they got a big PTG flag. The flag that I have behind me, if you're watching the video version, they got one of those in the tap room. Let them know you're part of the gravy gang. They're like, hey, well, come on over. Let me show you what the good stuff is over here. It's like a little code. They're like, you're in the club if you let them know you're in the gravy gang. But yeah, Pass the Gravy and Southern Star, a beautiful match made in heaven. And Darling Like a Marlin is coming out fairly sooner. At least I know it's in production. They're working on it right now. So cannot wait till that comes out. And if you don't think like we're gonna promote the fuck out of that, like we will. But Southern Star Brewing Company, if you're drinking a Southern Star over the weekend or on a weeknight or whatever, hit us up, tag us at Pass the Gravy Pod, tag Southern Star at Southern Star Brewing Co. and at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you supported the people that are supporting us. It means the world to us. It means the world to them. Southern Star Brewing Company, guys, the best beer in the entire world, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy Podcast and mock draft season, which is going to begin or continue now. Last week, let's get to our results. We had the mock draft of TV moms, which was suggested to us by our buddy Mike Fish, co-hosts the Claret Big Blue podcast with me every Tuesday, or Claret and Big Blues Day. He suggested that, so we did the mock draft of TV moms. I edged out Pat and Robert. I had 39% of the vote, so I got the first dub of the season. Pat had 33%, and Robert was bringing up the rear with 28%. It was a pretty evenly matched draft, I thought. And it just, Robert and I were kind of talking about it a little bit before the podcast. Like, this is supposed to be a group, not just like one year we did a mock draft or a Mount Rushmore of, I think, breakfast foods, and Pat had bacon first overall. And it was like, yeah, bacon's obviously gonna be the first overall pick. And it was like, well, Pat had bacon. I'm like, but you like, yeah, man. That's like being like the Jaguars win the draft because they took Trevor Lawrence.
Stay mad.
It's supposed to be a draft, the entire draft as a whole.
You big mad
as a whole. I won, so I'm not mad.
No,
I'm just pointing out.
I mean,
I still would have won that one pick.
I still would have won that one. That's what you just keep forgetting.
I disagree. So this week we're doing the reverse order of the finish of last week's draft. It's not a snake draft. It's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Robert's going to pick first. Pat's going to go second. I will go third. I, being the front runner, only have the only win of the season so far. I think we have like 9 weeks of it. But this week's mock draft is masks, since the mask policy in Texas is getting lifted, and it's a big talking point. So we're going to do masks. Now, masks are this is a pretty wide open one. It's a pretty wide open thing. It could be superhero masks. It could be any kind of mask. I think we're going to have to kind of skew the line between helmets and masks. Let's not make that a big deal. A lot of helmets are also masks on certain shows or whatnot. Okay. That's fair to say. All right.
Yeah.
So with the first pick in the mock draft of masks, Robert Barbosa, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with The Mask, Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Nice.
Seemed like
I expect that to go 1.
Neither did I.
I thought it would go
it was
top.
Up there. It's up there.
One of the firsts.
I thought it would have been for top 2 rounds, but yeah, it's a good pick for the first though. Still solid.
All right. I'm gonna hack the system just to piss off a mask made out of bacon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, I feel like this one actually has a potential of you saying no, it's not really it, but I think it works. Vader's mask, Darth Vader.
Damn it, that was what I picked.
Okay, yeah, I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna say that's a helmet, but it's just, dude, it's Vader's mask.
That's why I was specifying, like, it's not like.
I think we'll know pretty. I think it's gonna be pretty straightforward what we're doing here.
I am gonna go with Jason Voorhees. It's a
the
hockey
hockey
mask, but it's like that's probably this like There's a lot of scary masks available in this draft, but I think just the Jason Voorhees mask.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Back to Bobby jokes.
There's just so many different types of masks and like what we could do.
It's tough picking first a lot of
And
times.
it is. I'm gonna go. Just because I don't want it to go too soon, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man's mask.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go
That's
Spider-Man's
a good one.
mask.
That's really good.
Spider-Man's mask off the board. That's going the first pick in the second round. The second pick in the second round, Pat Dion.
I'm in the same vein as Bobby, but honestly, I thought this one would go ahead of it. I'm going with Batman's. It's actually called a cowl, but it's the Batman mask. Yeah, dude. I think it's cooler than Spider-Man's, but also I'm a Batman guy. I love me some
Those would be
Batman.
my top two for sure, though. I mean, it's got horns on it, though. It's got the little spike horns. Those are cool.
It's not the mask we deserve, but it's the mask we need.
So
Yes.
Batman's mask off the board. Mine, I'm gonna go with. Do I go scary movie again? I feel like I kind of have to. I'm gonna go Scream, the mask from Scream. That's a pretty iconic mask.
That is
Everybody
very
knows what
iconic.
that mask is.
That is very
Yeah.
iconic.
The mask from Scream.
Oh,
Back to you, Bobby.
I didn't think that these would get harder as we went on.
That's what she said.
Well, it's just like there's
just
so many choices, and you're
Yes.
like, these are off the board, but these are kind of the obvious ones.
Honestly,
Right.
that's how I felt it was last week. Last week, I thought the deeper we went, the harder it got.
I mean, that's
Damn
what she
it.
said. That's what she
Damn
said.
it. I did not even mean to set myself up for that.
I'm gonna have some variety here. So I've gone movie, I've gone like comic book. I'm gonna go video game. I'm gonna say Majora's Mask. The
Ooh,
Legend of
that's a good
Zelda.
one.
Majora's Mask.
Alex has no idea what that is. I know
I
what
played.
that. Yeah,
I played Zelda. I just didn't know that was with it.
I had never played that one, but I know about it. I feel like this is an absolute steal in the third round, especially that someone has gone 2 horror masks and did not take Michael Myers' mask, which I think is
Michael
the most
Myers is
iconic,
good.
the most iconic of any scary movie mask.
It's really just like a face, though.
But it's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I fully understand you taking the other ones, but like I'm shocked that was not the first scary movie mask to go.
Okay. I am gonna go. Man, there's so many. I have like 3 that I'm trying to decide between, but I feel like Hannibal Lecter's mask in Silence of the Lambs.
That's a good one. Man, Alex is just keeps getting forced back into horror.
Yeah, you
I
just go
don't
into
want
horror,
to, but like
horror,
those are
horror.
like the most iconic ones are from
They're
horror.
very
movies, are they
iconic.
not?
They're very iconic.
All right, so this will be my last one. I have quite a few to choose from. I'm already gonna say I don't feel like I'm gonna win this week. So I'm gonna
I honestly
go.
think this is a whole toss-up, dude. Like this could go to anybody. Just depends
I
on what
feel-
people think when they're voting.
I feel pretty good, but I feel good every week and I never win. So who fucking knows?
You know what? I haven't gone horror. I'm gonna go horror. I'm gonna say Jigsaw.
Ooh,
I didn't
Jigsaw's
have that one.
Jigsaw.
neither did I, dude. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
And like, if you only watch the video version, like, look at, I have a whole fucking list, and I didn't have Jigsaw or Majora's Mask on there. But yeah, that was a solid one to finish up with in the 4th round. Pat,
I think I'm gonna have to go with Do You Feel in Charge? I'm going with Bane. I'm going with Bane, man.
I was thinking that one too.
because it comes with the voice too. I thought
Yeah.
like Bane in the final
Well-
round is a fucking steal.
There was another one that I was hoping to get in the 4th round, but then as we did the pre thing, I was like, I think that's more of a helmet. It's both, but I wasn't sure. But it'll be an honorable mention one way or the other.
Okay. I still have 2 that I could take, but I'm gonna go the anonymous mask. I looked it up. It's called the Guy Fawkes mask. That
Oh, yeah, V
like-
for Vendetta.
V for Vendetta. Yeah, like that's a pretty iconic one, especially now, like with the internet and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, anonymous says this.
First of
like-
all, the fact that you said anonymous first when you could have gone with Guy Fawkes or V for Vendetta, and anonymous should be the 3rd in that list. But
Yeah. That was weird. I'm like, what, the anonymous mask? What is that?
No, but when you write it up in the thing, you should probably put V for Vendetta. People will know that one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put // like
Yeah.
anonymous / Guy Fawkes / V for Vendetta mask. So yeah, that was the mock draft of masks. Let's recap it. Robert has the mask, like the actual mask from the movie, or just the movie The Mask, because you could use both.
No, it's the mask. You have to use
mask.
the mask. Yeah.
Okay. So he has the mask from Jim Carrey's The Mask. He has Spider-Man, Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda, and Jigsaw's mask from Saw.
It's a solid group.
Darth Vader's mask, Batman's mask, Michael Myers, and Bane. Bane is who he's got. Then I have Jason Voorhees' mask, the hockey mask, basically. The mask from Scream, Hannibal Lecter's bite mask, and the anonymous / Guy Fawkes / V for Vendetta mask.
I'm gonna go. I think Robert's right. I think this is gonna come down to me or you. I think Majora might hurt Bobby.
I think Majora's you're gonna lose to people with Majora, honestly. And I think that everybody, I don't know. I think Pat might win this one because people may not like really know the V for Vendetta shit.
I think most people do. Like, I think it's a very small percentage of people that don't know that mask.
I
like when they see it.
I like having variety, you know, so it's not just one like topic. So, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean,
I kept just getting fucked into like having to pick horror ones, though. I feel
other than having
like they were the best
from
ones.
Batman.
Oh yeah, you do have 2 Batman ones. All right, let's go honorable mentions. There's so many of these. The one that I was choosing between that one or the anonymous mask, the Phantom of the Opera mask, the like half mask that guy had. I mean, I've never seen it, but like I just know it's an iconic. That's like in the picture on the play. The Phantom of the Opera mask, then Lucha Libre masks.
Ooh,
those are good.
Wrestling masks.
I was like, I don't hope. Like Pat would have probably been like, well, you have to explain whose, and I would have just said Rey Mysterio's.
Yeah, no, I probably would have given you just lucha masks because I mean, there's
Anybody else got some? I had masking tape. Masking tape, I thought would be a fun one, but I felt like that wouldn't win it.
I've got one that it felt a little too on the nose. The Pass the Gravy face masks. That would have been a good one.
Won it for you, honestly.
It felt a little cheap there. Here's the one that I told you guys beforehand that I thought this was an all-time great mask because of how bad it was. Just when Superman put on glasses, he became Clark Kent, and that was his mask. that one made me laugh, but I was like, I don't know.
Funny. And the Mask of Zorro.
Mask of Zorro.
Mask of Zorro is a good one because I like that one because that was like the OG like film masks or like old like even like Robin and like Batman originally were just we got a piece of cloth and cut some eye holes in it. Go.
I love those movies with Antonio Banderas, man. So good.
I also had to be an honorable mention. I wouldn't have taken it in the actual draft, but wearing pantyhose over your head as a mask, like if you were robbing someplace, like that counts as a mask to me.
The dead presidents from Point Break. Those masks. Those are great.
Guy from Mario.
Oh
that's a good one. Boba
Gladiator.
Fett.
Boba Fett. That was the one I was gonna say.
It's also like a helmet.
I was gonna put the Mandalorian just because it was more recent. But I was like, that is kind of a helmet, and I didn't want to have the controversy of maybe a veto. So I didn't go with that.
Daft Punk as well.
Daft Punk.
Timely.
Scorpion
Gladiator.
and Sub-Zero.
Oh,
those are great
good
ones. Yeah. The mask he wears in Gladiator. Deadpool is there. The Power Ranger. They were more of helmets, but I still want to say.
But still, that's in the category. Iron Man had a cool one. Wolverine had a cool one. Those horse head masks.
Those
are always funny.
I know it's a helmet, but it's along the Star Wars. The Stormtrooper.
I had that on my short list as well.
There's some Black Panther. Fucking fast singer.
Hockey goalie masks, which technically Jason Voorhees has one of those, but I meant like the cool designs that they have on like the modern day ones.
And a big one, which I think is an all-time great mask, but just from the Watchmen, Rorschach. His mask I think Robert knows it, but I think he does. You don't?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you knew the Watchmen.
I've never seen Watchmen.
Oh, it's great. I honestly, I haven't seen the TV show. I've heard it's really good. Robert, I think you would really enjoy the movie. It's long. It's like you got to sit down and have 3.5 hours to kill. 3 to 3.5 hours. It's a fucking amazing movie. Really well made. Predator. Nobody chose Predator. The Predator mask.
Was that a mask or wasn't he an?
No, that's a mask.
He wasn't an alien.
No.
Alien.
No.
I'm thinking of Alien.
No, Predator.
You're right.
And this was more of just like a mask that they had to wear for movies, but just the mask that they had to wear for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, the ones from the 90s. That's an impressive mask. I mean, it's more of full body makeup in a suit,
but still.
But I still wanted to give them credit.
I also was gonna put makeup in there.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup a lot of times is really just a mask in a lot of ways. But yeah,
I said to
mock draft of masks.
And the first one that I told Alex and Robert pre podcast that I was like, this is too depressing. But I was like, what if I just came out was like the mask that I wear every day to make people think I'm not depressed as shit.
Me masking my hatred of myself so I can go out in public.
Me masking my emotions so that everyone doesn't feel sorry for me.
Mask era.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dude, that's what, like, I can't believe that wasn't like some sort of like news headline. It has to be like Governor Greg Abbott causes mask Scara.
Or has the mask era run off in Texas?
The mask era causes.
Oh, Bobby.
I forgot about that. Mask. End of the mask era causes mask Scara. That's like when Leslie Knope is like, I've got it, Shannon, my way, tweet. No.
There's 47 fucking headlines on there. That one felt good. That was a fun one. I really enjoyed that.
I like that too. We will put a poll up on Friday, I believe 1:30 p.m. You'll be able to vote on our Twitter at PassGradyPod. You can vote all throughout the weekend. The voting ends at midnight Monday morning, technically. So yeah, you'll have 2.5 full days basically of the opportunities to vote. Go and vote for who you think has the best mock draft of masks. Also, send us your ideas. Hashtag PTG mock draft. And just like let us know like some ideas that you might want to see mock drafted. If we've already done them, we probably won't do that. And if something topical comes up, then we may do that. But we will keep a record of all the ones that you guys submit, and we'll get to those if we're struggling to find some this week. Like we didn't figure out what we were going to do a mock draft of until like 9 o'clock this morning, really.
We had kicked around some ideas, but that's when we settled on it. Yeah.
That was fun.
So you guys never feel like it's too late to send in a suggestion, because we could honestly pick one 20 minutes before the show. For
sure. And like I like the ones like today where you can just get weird with it. You get weird with it. There's so many options too.
Next week, weirdest kinks.
Weirdest kinks next week. Okay. Oh, actually, speaking of mock drafts, and the Claret Big Blue podcast, myself and Mike Fish, we're going to have Stephanie Smalls on next week to talk a little bit about we're a West Ham Giants podcast, and we're going to be talking about the NFL draft and some possible scenarios we could see play out on draft day. Stephanie's a draft expert and a fantasy football expert, so she'll be weighing in on that with us. And she, like myself and Mike, is a Danny Dimes stan. So we will be doing a mock draft of things that we love about Daniel Jones. It's a very specific mock draft, but
his face is not yet as droopy as Eli Manning's.
Don't say that.
So he doesn't.
I'm not gonna. I would give you some of the mini that I could take, but I don't want Stephanie or Mike to be able to scout what I'm going to use, and then they could pick me off.
He does not yet have that constantly smelling a fart look on his face, like Eli.
I mean, that's true. That would be a possibility. You could put it there. But if you think like this one could have got weird, like those are just gonna be like, and I love that his hair just falls this way sometimes. He's got a great smile.
That ass dough.
I mean, look, I'm not going to say I haven't seen him in football pants. Dude's got a great dunk. All right. He's got a dump trunk on that. Let's move on to the not cool segment. Now, the not cool segment is basically just us venting about something that's happened throughout the week. It's been to say, hey, man, That's not cool. We encourage you to send in your own as it happens. Hashtag PTG not cool to @PassTheGravyPod if you'd like to participate. And we'll go through yours each week. If you send like 6, we'll probably get to like the best one, or we can just do them throughout the weeks. But I know some of you guys have sent me multiple ones, and it's like, I don't want you to think we're not looking at them. And Matthew Jaramillo, congratulations on getting your firefighter gear. That was a PTG not cool that he says is a very cool at TX Jalapeno 85 on Twitter, but that's not cool, because that's really cool that you got that.
Congrats, buddy.
Cool. It took you so long to get that, and we're very proud of you. And member of the Gravy Gang is a firefighter, a first responder, protected and serving. That's what we like about our Gravy Gang. The Not Cool segment is brought to you by Alamo Remedy CBD. If you are experiencing some not cool stuff, like maybe insomnia, maybe you can't sleep, maybe you're having trouble falling asleep at night, maybe you have some anxiety, or you're stressed out about some stuff, all you gotta do, go to almoremedy.com, and you can get some awesome my personal favorite Alamo Remedy stuff is the gummies. I think the gummies are the goat of the Alamo Remedy products. My mom uses them, my grandmother uses them, I use them if I'm feeling a little stressed out. If I'm like wired, like I'll take a 5-hour energy sometimes after the podcast, and I'll just be like kind of wired, and it's like I just gotta come back down. So I'll take like a gummy, and it just kind of tires you out. It relaxes you, it puts you in a chill state of mind. No, you know what? What did the gummies are some of my favorite, but it's like a tie between that and the fucking cucumber melon lotion.
I love it. I love it so much.
I fucking feel like an idiot for not. Mine is usually sitting in front of me on the table, but I was using so much of it. Part of my not cool, I was able to use to heal because of Alamo Remedy lotion. I will get to that in my part of the segment. But yeah, the cucumber melon lotion, it smells phenomenal, and you rub that on like anything that aches or hurts, and it will. For me, it has helped. It has definitely helped with that stuff. So you go get that at almoremedy.com. All their stuff is $17.99 besides the hemp flower, which is not weed, but you can smoke it. It gives you a nice little buzz. It doesn't make you feel like paranoid or anxious or anything like that. You'll just be chilled out. It's 100% legal without THC in it, and you can go buy it at almoremedy.com. That's $19.99. All the other products are $17.99. The tincture oil, the capsules, the gummies, and the lotion. And if you use our promo code PTG at checkout, you're going to get 10% off of your order at almoremedy.com. We'll give you a shout out on the podcast when you get your stuff. Tweet us at PassYourPod, at Alamo Remedy, and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting us. almoremedy.com, promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off your order. They are the official sponsor of Not Cool. They are the coolest of the CBDs, and you're gonna want to go Alamo Remedy CBD. They're cheaper than all the other stuff. They're better than all the other stuff. Alamo Remedy CBD or almoremedy.com, promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order. This, guys, is the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Okay, I can go first because I got 2. I alluded to one a little bit earlier, but my dryer. Fuck my dryer, dude. I was trying, like, Emma was out of town, so you know what I was doing? I was like, I'm gonna play Call of Duty, I'm gonna do this, but I'm also gonna take care of laundry because I'm really bad about laundry, and I'll be like, oh, now I don't have underwear. Shit. And like I had gotten to that point where like my like laundry hamper was just overflowing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just crush this laundry. And I had like 3 loads. Like I'll like load out. I'll put like on my floor. I'll be like, okay, this is the one that I'm going to put in next when I put this one in the dryer. Then this is the one I'll put in afterwards. And I had like 3-4 piles ready to go and got through 2 loads in a day. But like my dryer.
That's what she said.
Exactly. She got through so many loads in a day. But my dryer just fucking decided, it was like, hey, you know, it'd be really funny is if I just stop like every 5 minutes. So I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go watch TV, play Xbox, and it's like, and I was like, well, I know it's not finished. The cycle's definitely not finished. And it was like the little like timer thing had barely moved. I was like, what the fuck's wrong? What the fuck's wrong? So like, okay, obviously check the lint trap again. Lint trap's fine. All that's fine. Okay, whatever. I didn't put it on the highest setting it could go, but it was just like, let's roll it again. 5 minutes, boom. And then added to that was that then like we put a travel ticket in, or not a travel ticket, like a work request.
Yeah.
Whatever that is that you put it with the apartments. And it was like, yeah, fix our fucking dryer. And they didn't come yesterday. They didn't come Monday. Like I said, they come when I'm fucking doing the podcast every single motherfucking time. Every single fucking time. It's like, hey, Alex doing a podcast. Let's do our maintenance now. Okay, cool. Luckily Emma took care of that, so I didn't really have to deal with it. But fuck that.
Did you try?
It's fucking stupid.
Unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Everything, man. Everything. And it's like, well, sometimes the lint can get all the way up in there, and it's like, yeah, it can, but it's not I didn't do that. Like, that doesn't mean the dryer can just turn off all the time. Fucking figure it out. Do your job. Dry the fucking clothes. I shouldn't have to hit the dryer start button 89 times to get one dry load of laundry. So then it fucked up my whole like laundry day. I still got 2 loads done. Still have another one that's fucking sitting in the washing machine because I was waiting on them to come fix my fucking dryer. And I couldn't have clothes in it. So it's like, there's one, like, it's just like neat. I just have to keep doing like the wash cycle so it doesn't smell like mildew on the same ones. And it's like, I fucking figure it out, guys. Figure it out.
Nothing worse than a wet load.
Shit. Nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than that. But
why didn't you just like set up a makeshift like clothesline on your patio?
I don't want to do that shit. They're doing construction in my apartment. So it's like, then we just get like sawdust or whatever the fuck they want to put on it. They'd probably paint all over. Like my balcony is like half painted because they just were like, hey, we're just gonna do some test paints. They're like, we're gonna try 2 different grays on your patio, and then also we're not gonna come back to it for like 2 months after we started.
Hold on.
What?
How many days has that load been in your washer?
Well, I run it every single day, hoping that they're going to come fix my shit.
How many days has it been in there?
2 days. No.
Okay, that's not. Oh, I thought you were going to say this started on like Saturday.
No, well, Saturday it did start, but then like I was able to like slowly like limp through it, but I had to just like go restart the dryer every single fucking 5 minutes. So it was a pain in the ass.
So you put another load in the washer.
I had already done that, but then I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna. I didn't. You know what? I didn't think it all out, but I was just like, it should figure itself out. It should figure itself out. I was just wanting to wash my fucking clothes.
You could have just brought them to your parents.
No, I didn't go there this weekend.
I mean,
I'm an adult. I'm not gonna let my mom do my laundry right now. Like it's like I'm not gonna.
No, you go to their house and you do your own laundry.
No, I want I pay for fucking an apartment that has laundry in it, and I should be able to fucking use it. I pay an exuberant amount of money for a fucking apartment. Like they're fucking dicking me around with a fucking half-ass painted fucking patio. You guys already know all the bullshit with all the stupid construction shit that they're fucking doing. All this shit, there's fucking lights that are like every fucking time, whether it be my shower drain not working, whether it be the sink not fucking draining, whether it be it's like, just figure your shit out. You're trying to do all these upgrades. How about you fucking upgrade the shit that's already here that doesn't work, you fucking cunts. Like, fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. I want to fucking say the apartment name so bad so you guys can go give it bad reviews, but I'm not that guy. But I will fucking, like, I fucking hate them. I hate them.
It's just astounding to me that when your dryer's not working, another day and a half later, you just started another load of laundry.
No.
Like, I hope the dryer works now.
Because that laundry was wet. And then when they're like, well, okay, we submitted the thing.
No.
So the guy was going to complete it. So I already had wet laundry in.
So what? Did this start on Monday or did this start on Saturday?
It started on the weekend, but I was just like limping through it on the weekend. But I was like, this is fucking dumb. And so then when they were going to come fix it, I already had a load of wet laundry in there. So instead of like, I'm not going to just air dry all of that shit. So I was just I just keep running another fucking load, and it's like it's not going to smell
since Saturday. So since Saturday,
this isn't on me. This isn't on me. My fucking dryer worked. This isn't a fucking problem, Pat.
If your dryer does not work on Saturday and you have a wet load, you call a friend.
It did work.
Or you say
it did work though. But it would be like in 5-minute increments. So I had to hit it like 85 times to have a dry load of laundry. Fuck them. If my dryer works, it's not a problem. It's their fucking fault. Fuck them.
It is their fault. It's just astounding to me that you've just kept a load in the washer for 5 days.
Yeah, because it's
just
still
keep
fucking wet, man.
Why don't you just 5-minute increment?
No, because I don't want because you know what's gonna happen? It's like when I fucking have when I fucking do anything else with like I start a podcast, they're gonna come knock on the door and be like, hey, we're here to do maintenance. Here to do maintenance again. It's like the second I put a fucking load of laundry in the dryer, I'm like,
just put them back in the washer while they're fixing it.
It's just a fucking pain. I don't fucking. You know what? I could have done that. I probably could have done that. I did.
This is a level of lazy that even I have not attained.
Just give me a fucking dryer that works. That's what I want. Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
We have like nobody wants to live at this place. We have people moving out every fucking other day. There's like 15 units available online if you look on that, and I fucking can dunk on them all day when I'm like, there's like 12 people living here. Fix my shit. They're like, well, no, we're painting. We're half painting balconies, dude. We're like of all the balconies that they tested paint out on, it was the one with people living in it, not the fucking 87 other empty fucking units in this fucking complex.
You know what'd be hilarious is that last apartment complex that you lived at. If they be like, if somebody who used to be the manager there is the manager at your new place, it was like, you know what? I know this guy. Fuck this guy. We're gonna screw up his apartment constantly. When they're not home, we're gonna go and we're gonna break his fucking dryer. We're gonna paint half of his balcony.
Well,
he's a dick.
The problem with them, the problem with that would be that I move at some point. And if you don't think the second I move from this place, I'm going to put this place on blast and let everybody go give it all the bad reviews I want to give it.
Follow you
I
again.
will. Nope. I'll buy a house. They can't own my house. Fuck them.
He's going to work at the bank.
If you,
where you try and get a loan.
I'm not that guy. I don't like being like, hey, sick them. But like my brother and his friends, like their friend had like a wedding that got canceled because of the venue, and they weren't going to give them any of their refund back, and they just tanked the rating. Like he was like, I got a group of like 8 dudes. We will fucking tank their ratings. And they all put like very detailed, specific things that are very similar, but not the same. And like the wedding place immediately like refunded everybody's money. Like they're like, yeah, no, we're sorry. We're sorry. Like if like I'll sick the boys. I'll sick the boys the second we fucking move out of here. They want to fuck with me.
I'm ready to jump.
When is your lease
back.
up? When is your lease up?
I know. Well, so we signed the lease, and then like 2 weeks later, they're like, by the way, we sold the complex. And that was like my whole thing. I was like, I just feel like I should either be able to like, you guys should just terminate my lease and let us find somewhere else to go, or like just fucking don't be cunts. Like, just figure my shit, like figure it out.
Yeah, they're not going to let you out of that
12
lease
people
unless
living.
you lawyer up.
No, they're not, and I know that. But I was like, I just feel like I got fucked because I had owners of the complex that I liked that actually did shit. And now you guys are like, we're going to just tear everything down and not help anybody. Like when it was fucking freezing and there was like a pipe that burst outside, Emma called and was like, hey, there's a pipe burst. Like just want to let you know. He's like, I'm aware there's nothing we can do. It's like, oh, all right, fuck me then.
Here's what you need to do. I got this for you. So remember that super douchey meme that people used to post on Facebook of like Bugs Bunny with the fucking like dressed up like the mafia holding a gun, like, Lord, forgive me, I'm about to go back to the old me. Post that on your apartment's Facebook page and then just go back
to. They don't have one that they operate. They don't operate, like they don't update it. The old company, I don't think they have the passwords or anything.
Print it out and put it on their or like slide it underneath the door of the office, and also post one on your door so they know who it is. Then just go start sitting outside of the office every day waiting for people to come up, like to check out apartments. And you got to go back to the old you, dude. Like, I will tank every sale. I will tank every sale you try and get until you fix my apartment. I know you have people. I see people working every day. It would take 20 minutes for you to fix mine specifically, or I can make your lives a living hell for the next year until my lease is up. Your call.
Yeah, like when you're ripping up carpet in empty apartments instead of fixing my dryer, I was like, okay, we'll give you a day, whatever. Like then like, all right, later on, like fix it. Like there's not that many apartments where you have that many issues. But like we used to have these awnings you could roll down, and they got rid of those. Like, oh, they were outdated and they were a hazard. And I was like, how is it a hazard? It was a cloth awning. What's it gonna do? Like fly off and like land on a car and give it shade? Like what is it going to do? Like they were like, well, we're going to replace them, and then they didn't replace them. And like, oh, actually, it's not in the budget to replace it. But you can put your own awning or anything up there as long as it's not attached to the building. And I was like, I live right above the leasing office, and I will buy signs that say "Do not rent here," and I will hang them. I will hang them down, and they will be banners.
Do it.
There will be banners hanging from my thing. She's like, well, you're not allowed to do anything that interrupts commerce or whatever the fuck it was. And I was like, all right, I'm allowed to hang signs. Fuck you. Like, we're gonna play this game. If you want to play
especially
this game, I can be meaner.
You are directly above them. You are directly above them. Alex, Robert, I don't know what you're showing me.
What is this?
Apparently,
It looks lotion shooting into a crowd.
apparently the Bucks introduced a hand sanitizer cam last night.
Ah,
Not
not the best idea. Maybe not the best.
Could be
Go look
something
up
else.
Bucks hand sanitizer cam if you're wondering what Robert's talking about. But yeah, my dryer's my not cool. That's the first one. My other not cool is just that my body is falling apart. No big deal. I'm a soccer player on the weekends, but so like I guess like I turned 32 and just everything stops working for me. But I was playing soccer, made a pretty sick save. Shout out to Zach, Gen Z Zach, that listens to the podcast. He's probably the front runner for Rookie of the Year this year. But he came out and was playing soccer with us. He is an absolute scorcher of like a shot. He's a fucking rocket leg, and he fired off like his whatever his best fucking shot was, and I reached back, but like it was like I was going the other way, so I had to reach back like this. If you're watching the video version, like my back was almost to it, and I had to hit there, and it hit like whatever this muscle is in your shoulder, just like jerked the wrong way, and it was like a dead arm for like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh no, not now, what the fuck. And ever since then, like below my shoulder blade, all the way up to like my neck on my left side is just sore, in pain, and stiff as shit. And I was like, what? Why? Why does like my shoulder then cause my neck and then cause my like shoulder blade? Like it doesn't make any sense. And it's just my body falling apart. And fuck me. Like I hate that. It's not Zach's fault.
Sorry,
Zach
bud.
plays, but it sucks. So that's why not cool. Your turn.
Yeah, that's rough. All right, I got a couple.
You don't mean that.
I don't. My first one
Asshole.
is just when you're walking behind your shopping cart and you bang your shin on that little bar on the bottom.
Yeah.
Did it twice 2 days ago. Like I did it the first time. I stopped, pulled up my phone, and wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. I'm walking through the aisles. 3 minutes later, bam, I hit it again. And I wanted to scream, motherfucker. Like, God, there's few things in life worse than that. My other one is I'm driving out to my parents on Friday night. It's like, it's out in the country. There's no street lights. When I'm almost there, I'm going down this back road and it's cloud cover. And I don't even know if there was a moon out anyway. So I've got my brights on and it's just a single road, little country road. And I see off like down the road way far, there's another car coming towards me with their brights on too. So we're both going for a bit. After a little while, I turn mine off. And also you want to keep yours on for a while. I get it because this is in Fredericksburg. That county has the highest population of white-tailed deer in the world. So these fuckers will jump out of nowhere. But, I was close enough to where, I turned mine off to where we're not affecting each other's driving. He doesn't turn his off. We get a little bit closer. Flash my brights. Nothing. Now we're probably like 100 yards away from each other. I flash my brights again. Nothing. I have to stop because I can't see with this asshole with his brights on. And if I could literally just hit a deer that's standing in the road at this point right in front of me, and I wouldn't be able to see it with the fucking glare. I'm assuming this fucker lives up there. How do you not know to turn your fucking brights off on a country road with another car coming at you? Like, the visibility isn't perfect, but you know what? If we're both going towards each other with not our brights on, you can see around, so you know you're not going to hit anything. I wanted to spin around so bad and chase this asshole down with my brights on and just sit behind him. Like, I don't care if you're going half an hour away, and I'm at this point, I'm like 8 minutes from my parents' house for a 3 hour and 15-minute drive. I'm ready to follow this dude for a half an hour. I'm so fucking mad. I got.
Well, now I'm gonna have to kill you. So let's go.
I got to my
Turns it
parents'
around.
house. I got in, dropped my shit. Immediately, it just poured up like 4 fingers of whiskey. I was fucking livid, dude. So yeah, that's what I got. If you've ever driven down a country road at night and then asshole doesn't turn their brights off, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Brutal. What do you got, Bobby?
So last week I mentioned that I had a sad now cool that I didn't want to talk about too much, but now I'm going to bring it up because so the sad now cool was that I found just a dead wild bird in our driveway.
In a drive.
And
I was at a Jack in the Box and it was just dead there.
And the sad part to me was because I think it froze from the hard freeze because we had to move our cars there.
Toby. Toby did it.
We had to move our cars out of the driveway, and we moved them. That's where the bird was.
Oh.
So that's my guess is that like it probably went under the trucks when we turned them on to like to stay warm inside, and then just didn't leave. And so that was that time. And then later in the week, I had to deal with another dead bird, but this time it was like one of ours because we have some birds here that I'm sure you guys have heard before on the podcast that make some noise.
Dwight and Angela?
Not them. Those they're long gone. But it was some other birds.
You never said anything when they went away. I didn't know that.
One flew away. One did die. One got out of
One flew away?
One flew away, yes.
How? Were you just like holding on to it outside?
We're just like cleaning its cage. And like he just like got out. He got out.
At least it didn't eat a bunch of shit and then come back and throw up on the carpet.
Yeah, I guess so. And
your pet then.
This other bird that we do have, a raccoon managed to open like the food tray and then the bottom part of the cage and attacked our bird. And he died. And so I had to bury him. So I had to deal with 2 dead birds in 1 week, which was not cool.
I'm sorry for laughing at your dead bird, but the mental thought of a raccoon breaking in.
Motherfucking raccoons, dude. They look so cute.
Goddamn trash pandas.
They're evil.
And we have cameras at the house, so we saw we could go back and see like the actual attack that happened because it happened like the crime. It happened like at 4:30 in the morning.
You know what we need is a good old fashioned stakeout, Bobby. Me and Pat will come over with a pellet gun, and maybe not even a pellet gun, just a trap. We'll catch the fucking raccoon. We'll waterboard the shit out of it until it tells us who did it. If it was him or his friends.
I'm going to crawl on your roof, and Alex is going to hold it down while I jump off the roof and just hit it with a flying elbow.
We won't really kill it, but like we'll put him on trial.
I'll do it.
You need a guy to kill raccoons. It's Pat. That fucking sucks, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's nothing. Emma's parents they used to have chickens, and like her dad built like this like chicken run where it was just like a little like fenced in thing that they could like move around on and like go like eat all over the fucking yard or whatever. And these dogs got in their backyard and flipped it over and just fucking massacred all of them. And it's like, motherfuckers!
Dogs and chickens are natural enemies.
It really sucks. The bird we had, he was blind, and it just
you didn't have a chance.
Yeah, just like any noise would kind of like scare me, kind of like make a noise at you, and it's just not something I like thinking about. Bird? I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
We should buy him a parrot. If we bought you a parrot, would you keep it?
Well, it wasn't my bird, but it was just like our bird. I don't know if they'll focus.
The cockatiel?
Something like that. It's like yellow-headed Amazon or something like that.
I had a couple cockatiels growing up. They were cool. Paige and Pal, after Diamond Dallas Page, and Pal, the dog from Arthur, was what my brother named his bird after.
That's pretty good.
And we actually had one of them. My mom was cleaning the cage, and she left the little front opener thing out, and it got out and just flew away. And it's like, it's so sad because you're like, your wings are clipped. You're not really gonna be able to live very long. Oh no! But it was like able to like get on top of houses. And I was just like, okay, like you don't know how to hunt. Please come back.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when Dwight flew away. It's like you just been living in a cage this whole time. You don't know how to bird properly.
You have no idea how to exist in the wild. Other birds are going to peck the shit out of you, man. Come back.
Yeah, just come back.
I remember because I was like young, and I my mom was like, "Well, we'll just leave the cage out. Maybe he'll come back." I was like, "He's not gonna come back." But no, after like 3 days, I was like, "Yeah, it's not coming back. It's probably dead already." But like, that sucks, man. So especially the raccoon part. The raccoon part was like, "Dude, fuck you, raccoon. I hope that raccoon eats something bad and just fucking fucks it up or something. I hope a dog gets a hold of that raccoon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I did realize I've got one more not cool that I forgot about.
Fuck raccoon. It's raccoons. Fuck raccoons.
It's not.
We're an
raccoons, but
anti-raccoon
yes,
podcast.
I
Yeah,
can't go
dude.
that far.
We're an anti-raccoon podcast. They're murderers.
They've got little hands.
Yeah, they're thieves.
They are. They are.
They're thieves
So
and
my
nuisances.
other not
Fuck
cool
raccoons. I'm on.
is-
Put me on record saying it. Fuck raccoons.
When I drove back from my parents this weekend, I took like I had my toothbrush and my toothpaste, and I brought shampoo and stuff up there, and so I just took all that stuff and I just threw it in a plastic bag to bring back home with me, put it in my bag, and drive home. I get home and I go to take that stuff out of there, and I reach in and I was like, oh, that shampoo bottle's oily. Did it? Nope. My beard oil somehow came unscrewed. And this thing was like 75% fill. So then not only did I lose all of my beard oil and had to go buy more, I had to go buy another toothbrush because that was in there too. And
Well, yeah, I got $2.
yeah, but still, it was a pain in the butt. It was another really, I was more
it is
mad
a
about
minor
this.
not cool.
But I was like, I'm not even going to try and wash out this toothbrush
Ugh.
because I was like, beard oil, spending 3 hours in the car soaking into the bristles of a toothbrush.
Marinated, yeah.
I don't think that's getting out of there.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Just go get a new one.
So yeah, got a new toothbrush, new beard oil, and I like this one too. It was a nice scent. I like the new one too, though. But
I thought you were gonna say when you was like 75% full. I thought you were gonna say it was $75. Like that's why you were mad. Like $75 beard oil.
Yeah, I was like, Pat would never spend $75 on beard oil.
No,
I
at
don't
work
think Pat
the
would
other
spend
day,
$75 on a lot of things. On most things.
someone at work the other day complimented this girl on her shoes, and she was like, "Yeah, they were just little cheap ones that I bought." And they go, "Oh, how much were they?" And she goes, $50. And I go, "That's more than I've ever spent on a single pair of shoes in my life," and that's a fact. That's a dress shoes. I've never spent $50 on.
Like, it's like $75 for beard oil. What is it? A car?
Yeah, right. No, it's like $20. Actually, I think it was less than that, but still, I'm cheap and I don't like. I thought that thing was going to last me for a lot longer. Now I'm paranoid. I'm going to break this next one.
Let's move on. Let's move on to
Please. I'm feeling all
the
negative
answers
now.
segment, guys. Now, there's no such thing as stupid. There's a stupid question. But oh no, did you get muted again, Pat? I'm just kidding. You can say it. You can say it. Yeah, unmute yourself. Say it. Just say it so you won't slip it in.
Just stupid people.
Okay.
I thought you were going to mute me in the middle of me saying it. That's why I had to say it so fast.
Robert, cut that part out of the podcast. So
I'll cut you out.
Mm-hmm. You won't. You better not. But
I'm going to hack
there's no
this
such,
and cut you out.
there's no such thing as stupid question.
Just
but
stupid people.
If you have something that you may feel like you were made fun of in Miss Winter's class when I was in Far Elementary in Georgia, I remember I raised my hand and asked a question. When she told us there's no such thing as a stupid question, everybody laughed at me. I was like, "What, guys? What the fuck?" Like, I felt like I was betrayed. She had just told me something that was a false truth, and we are here to answer all of your questions, no matter how dumb you think it may be. Answer or hashtag PTG answers on Twitter at PassGreatPod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at NotPetD, and Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. You can also email them to us, answers@PassGreatPod.com. Although we do check Twitter first. Twitter gets first priority. We will go through like an email spurt every now and then, but usually we're going to go off of Twitter. So hashtag PTG answers at PassGreatPod. This, guys, is the answer segment brought to you by Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners in the game. They also make stickers now. Little M Air Fresheners have a ton of stickers. If you're not following them on Twitter, at Little M Shop, at Little M Tweets on Twitter, at Little M Shop on Instagram. Go give them a follow, like their Facebook page. They got the best air fresheners on the planet. My little life hack, we replaced this one this weekend. throw a little air freshener in the trash can in between the liner and the actual trash can, because then you got a bunch of stinky trash. You pull it out, nice little whiff of Little M air freshener. I promise you, if you get one of those baby back bitch trees that a lot of fuckers have in their rearview mirrors, and you get a Little M air freshener, you're like, yeah, why did I ever get the trees? Because the Little M air fresheners are a million times better. The best air fresheners on the planet. They got bags, they got journals, they got stickers, they got all kinds of awesome stuff. Go check it out. littlemshop.com, littleemshop.com, at Little M Tweets, and at Little M Shop on Twitter and Instagram. littlemshop.com, at littleemshop.com. The best air fresheners in the entire world, the official sponsor of the Answers segment that begins now.
Well, if you just answer the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. What's the answer?
Any questions?
I love David S. Pumpkins. I can't wait. I can't wait till Halloween for David S. Pumpkins. Our first podcast answers question this week, as always, comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester, at OMG It's Skylar. Yeah, at OMG It's Skylar. He is the son that we have raised from the podcast, basically. Me and Pat are his dads. But he says, should the proper term for a beheading be debodying?
No, because I think the term has to come with what's left more of. So, like, you call it beheading because you're separating the head from the body, and the body
getting rid of the head. But like debodying would also be, it's like, you know, on like I did like on like Microsoft Word in school, when you'd kind of try and cheat if you had to like look, if you like, I remember it was like a vocabulary test or whatever, and I was like, I could just right click and it'll say other words similar to, and you can kind of like be like, oh, I know what that word means, so this is the definition of that. It's like or beheading would also be like debodying, would kind of be the same thing.
See here,
it's still beheading, but it's also sort of debodying, so it is one and the same in a little bit of a way to look at it.
No, remember in Futurama how they could just keep your head alive?
I didn't. Oh, I do remember that part. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when you debody. When you take the body away to keep the head alive, that's when you're debodying. If you're not keeping the head alive, then that's when it's beheading. So that's what it is. Like Walt Disney, he was debodied. Ted Williams,
just froze his
he
head,
was debodied. Right? Yeah, Ted Williams, he was debodied.
Oh, look who wanted to hang out.
Oh, it's a little Wheezy puppy.
Wheezy's just hanging out.
Wheezy, I'm going to give you so many scratches under the chin when I see you.
She's so mad that like we used to have like podcast Wednesdays, and she's like, I get to see my best friend Robert, who doesn't really like me as much as I like him. But then Pat was always like, oh, hey, Wheezy. And she's like, fuck you, Pat.
Yeah.
She didn't really do that. She liked Pat too.
Pet me, but you're not getting my affection.
It's Robert that I really want. Yeah, I think I think beheading is what we're gonna go with, but like debodying, I like where your head is at, son.
Yes.
But don't behead or debody anybody, please. Right, it is on your body. His kappa was detated. That's what Michael Scott said. You don't remember that? Ed Truck?
I haven't watched it 800 times like you, man.
Well,
I can't remember every single joke.
Gen Z Zach Woodruff at Salsa 6800 says, are there any other Halloween costumes that are acceptable year-round besides cowboy costumes? Absolutely. I can say construction worker,
doctor, nurse,
police
officer.
On. Here's the thing, though. Nobody dresses as
Undertaker.
A nurse. You dress as a slutty nurse.
That's a nurse nonetheless.
Whoa!
No, a slutty nurse is still a nurse.
I thought you were saying all nurses were slutty, and I was like,
I'm not saying that at all.
We don't say that during
we don't
Women's
slut
Month,
shame
Alex.
on this podcast. We're not a slut shaming podcast, but I'm saying
you
slutty can be empowering to a lot of people. I feel like if you wanted to be, if you choose to be a slutty nurse, you could also be a nurse that happens to feel like being slutty sometimes.
Joe Exotic. I mean, that's just how that dude. Like any famous
in
person
Vegas that walks around in it all the time. Yeah.
Any famous person that's just, they're dressed up as them every day, and we dress up as them for Halloween.
So yeah, I think there's definitely a lot more
Shit, unless you're
than just cowboys.
as long as you don't work in an office job,
like
that
any
has a dress
occupation
code,
basically. Is
as
a
long as you
costume.
don't give a shit what what people think of you, you can dress as whatever you like every day.
Mm-hmm. This is America. Beauty of this country. You got the freedom.
I mean, if you're a pirate, you could dress up like a
A
pirate.
pirate is year round, honestly.
You have a couple of tracksuits, don't you, Alex? What if you started wearing
tracksuitos? They're
Tracksuitos.
tuxedo tracksuits. They're a hybrid.
What if you wore those every day to work?
Then that would be like, yeah, Alex is wearing a tuxedo to work, basically, but also a tracksuit.
Alex has a job that's cool. That would he could wear whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But like, if he was a
Like, I
lawyer,
wear-
he
I wear
could
jeans
show
and a t-shirt.
I think he should. I'm saying you should wear your tracksuitos to
Just be
work.
like classy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to class things up.
Don't tell anyone, but maybe next week or tomorrow, show up wearing a tuxedo, and then the next day wear another one, and then the next day wear.
I have
and
like 4.
And just like I'm pretty sure by day 2, so I'm like, didn't you wear that yesterday? And you're like, oh yeah, I guess I did. And then day 3,
Got dry cleaned.
Day 3, just be like, I don't think I wore the last couple of days, did I? And then Monday you show up wearing another one, and they're like, all right, Alex, are you doing a fucking bit? And you're like, yeah, I'm doing a bit.
I had a friend in high school, or Curtis Chafin, the godfather of this podcast. He one time wore the same rugby shirt for as many days until somebody said something to him. And I think he wore it for like 6 days before somebody's like, is that the same shirt you wore yesterday? And he was like, yes, but also all last week.
Would he wash it in between days, or would he?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
so.
Knowing Curtis, I would assume.
I
No.
don't think so. But
Curtis
it was like
is
a
the only
gray
guy.
and red Ford sponsored whatever rugby. I think it was like a USA rugby shirt or jersey, and we wore it every single day. And I knew about it, so I just didn't say anything. But then like nobody said anything, and we were in a class one time, and he was like, some girls like, did you wear that yesterday?
I don't want to say he's not, or he's the only guy, but Curtis is one of the few people in high school that would just like do a bit like that. Like
That's why we were friends, man. It was like, I like what you're doing, buddy. It's weird, but I'm in on that.
That's commitment to the bit.
And it was like, but yeah, he like was into bits before bits were bits. Before we like officially like 100% understood it, is like he was like the original troll.
He's just a weird guy, but in a good way.
About Kurt. Maybe we can get him on the podcast. We got the 400th episode coming up. Maybe he'll guest on that for a little bit.
I'd like to dress as Curtis Chafin for Halloween, but if he got fat, grow a mullet.
Curtis Chafin, if he really let himself go. Our next answers question comes from Kenya Mandata. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. It's at Kenya Mandata. That's MODATTA on Twitter.
Nope. MONDATTA. You left at the end.
Okay. Kenya Mandata. I'm sorry that I fucked your name up. I'm the worst with names. But Kenya says, why do we get in a car but on a bus?
I think it's because when you're getting on a bus, it's like it's transporting a lot of people, so you're just getting on for the ride.
But you're not getting on an SUV.
Yeah, like I mean, you're still
SUV.
You're still getting, you're taking a ride somewhere in it, but the bus is specifically you're getting on it to go to a specific spot. I don't know. Something about the fact that it's public transportation, I think, is what it is. Like you get
like
on
New York in
Long
Island and on Long Island, there's a big like thing.
That's it, because it's public transportation. Because same thing, you get on a plane, you don't get in a plane.
Ah, there we go. There's the hack. It's because if it's not public transportation, then you get on a train.
Yeah. You get on the subway.
I was thinking it had to do with like on a bus, you can walk around, right? You can move.
You get on a boat.
Yeah, like when you get in a car, you're just getting directly into the seat, and you can't move anywhere. You can't.
Right.
I mean, that's a good point too.
It's some more solid logic that we're using here.
That's true, because
I like where we're going with this.
Uber can be a public transportation, but you would still say I'm getting in my Uber. I think Bobby actually is more right than I was.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I think y'all are both right to an extent. I think we just absolutely crushed that question. So well done,
Fucking
both of you.
crushed that one.
And I did nothing to add to that.
So just like every other podcast. Basically.
David Ruiz at David_Ruiz90 on Twitter says, if money is the root of all evil, why do they ask for it at church?
Because money is not the root of all evil. I think that's the dumbest saying there is.
I think greed is really kind of the root of all evil. And a lot of times it just happens to be with money.
Well, the church is like, we can take away the evil from you. So just leave the evil here with us.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. So like you won't have to be evil. We're taking the evil from you.
I feel like I'm gonna paint myself in a corner if I say that. It's like
we're the church. We do nothing evil ever. So just give it to us and we won't be corrupted because we're the church. And churches are famously known for no corruption ever.
Right.
So I think Robert's right on that one.
I mean, it was a brilliant idea back in the day for whoever was the first person to be like, you know what? These people don't like sinning and they know that they do sin. But what if, and just hear me out, guys, what if we have a plate that we hand out every single service and we're like, hey, if you've sinned, you can buy back your forgiveness by just putting some cash in here. They're like, actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's see if that works. And they did it. And so many people just put money in and they're like, we could just fund ourselves with this.
I don't know if you know this, Alex.
They exempt.
They actually did it that way for a while.
That's what I mean. It's like, that was a brilliant idea for the first guy. I was like, hey, people don't want to think they're going to hell. If you give us a little cash on the fucking thing, we'll be like, yeah, you get, dude.
I like it.
And I'd like to think somebody would got to hell one time. Like, no, but I put so much money in the offering plate. It's like, yeah, dude, you fell for that.
Yeah. You killed 5 hookers.
It doesn't buy back that shit.
And you only gave $87. Like, there's a level. And your scale did not tilt back to the good side.
Yeah, dude, you got to offset your sins, bro. But
yeah.
That is exactly how it came to be, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I don't know. I think greed is really the root of all evil because it's the greediness that makes you want the money. So the money is just the object you're trying to achieve, but it does, I guess that is the root of the greed. But greed, I think, is the root of why you want the money.
I mean, Bill Gates has given $500 million to charity in his life.
He does all that shit to offset his carbon footprint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but he was a
That's
dick.
basically what they tried to do with church.
He stole Steve Jobs' interface. Okay, but he's also given $500 million to charity. I think he's good.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dick, but I think his good has far outweighed the bad. And he couldn't do any of that good without the money.
What is our next question? Oh, we got one last one from Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter. And Brandon Whitehead says, it's a 2-part PTG answers question. 1, is Jerry from Tom and Jerry a male or female? Could be short for Geraldine. It's good possibility. And then he says, number 2 is, who do you feel is the villain between Tom and Jerry? Well, Tom is the cat, right? Tom is the cat.
I feel like Jerry was originally supposed to be a guy, but I don't know if it's necessary. Because
I don't assume genders, so I just assume they're both gender neutral.
I don't know. I think he had a pretty. I sound like a dick saying this. Jerry had a pretty feminine voice in Space Jam, so I don't know. Maybe just because he's a mouse and it was a very small, so
he's
it makes
a mouse,
it high pitch.
I think. It's because this is who's the bad guy out of Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Like Wile E. Coyote's trying to fuck some shit up, but Roadrunner also fucks back. So it's like, I think Tom is definitely the bad guy.
I don't know. I mean, Tom, kind of tries to eat him, but also
and Tom is the cat. And it's the cat is always going to the bad guy in the situation with the mouse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know why I'm overthinking this. Tom's a cat. He's the bad guy.
Tom cat.
Cats are the bad guy.
Cats are always the bad guy.
Unless
you're in Egyptian culture and then they're gods.
If I was sitting down watching Tom and Jerry and Tony Montana walked up to me and said, "Who's the bad guy?" I bet it's the cat.
It's Tom.
That's the easiest test to do. If you can't tell who's the bad guy, just imagine Tony Montana walking up and saying, "Who's the bad guy?"
That's actually really great. Yeah.
We call it the Tony Montana test. The TMT.
TMT. It's dynamite. Even though it's TNT, but it doesn't matter. Just give us that one.
Yeah, it's Tom. He's a fucking cat.
Robert, are you in agreement with this?
Yep, I agree.
All right. Well, that was another fun-filled answers segment. That was another fun-filled podcast. Guys, we are 3 episodes away from the 400th episode of Pass the Gravy, which we will do a live stream. You guys can chime in on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. We'll have all of that available. I don't have the date, but just picture it 3 weeks from now, and we're going to do it at the same time. So it'll be in the middle of the day, but yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. At Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Shout out to the Gravy Gang again. Bro Brad, love you, buddy, for buying that and sponsoring that whole this as the Gravy Gang. You guys are the fucking best. We love you guys so much. Y'all are fucking awesome. And also Brett Brandon, man, we are we're with you right now. We're thinking about you, and T's and P's heading your way. Anybody else got anything?
Just go get, I literally during this episode ordered another one because my shirts are, as you can see if you're watching, a little stretched out. I got a new St. Patty's Day shirt. I went back with the
I was listening to Pass the Gravy podcast.
I went back with the other one, the Lucky AF.
I like that one.
With the Irish flag on it. I actually came up with another idea for next year, so look out next year. I'm working on some ideas. But yeah, just go get your merch right now. Get your face mask. You still might want to wear one for a little bit. Get your hoodies. Support your favorite pod.
Check out all the other podcasts on the amazing Pass the Gravy Podcast Network. A recent study suggests Robert Barbosa and his partner Sam, they put out new episodes every Monday. Disappointed but not surprised with Alex and Addie. That's pretty lit. If you it's into some weird kinky sex shit, or just some fun sex.
Not weird. Sex
not
positive.
Weird. We don't.
Not weird.
We're sex positive, but it's just like into some. They delve into all of the depths of that stuff. They had a Dominic Schutz on a couple of weeks ago. They had this dude Claude that they have on every 10th episode. He lives in Houston. Dude has some fucking crazy stories. You should definitely check out the most recent episode of that. The Time Machine with Andrew Green, the Weekly D podcast, and Claret and Big Blue podcast with myself and Mike Fish. At Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter, Instagram. Pat and I are going to play some zombies. Friday night, zombies. Pass the Gravy Podcast. Twitter or twitch.tv/Pass the Gravy Pod. Go and follow that. And we'll sing the zombie song from the Cranberries nonstop. That could be, you could be joining us with that on Twitch on Friday night. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us. Share us with a friend. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
I stand here waiting for you to